Guys, check out these awesome and stylish suits. Unbelievable quality at these prices. We've got a wide range of styles, from classic and timeless to colorful and trendy designs. Whether you need a suit for a special occasion or just want to look sharp, we've got you covered. We are GQ Fashion's fine menswear. Visit us in Oklahoma City at Northwest 23rd and I-44. Come find the perfect suit for your next event, all at an unbeatable price.
Hey sports fans, get ready to step into the world of championships with Super Prep Live, hosted by Miles Perry, only on OKC Sports Radio 105.3 FM. Dive deep into the lives of high school and college athletes with exclusive interviews and insight that reveals what makes them great. Follow Super Prep across all social networks to never miss a moment. It's Super Prep Live with Miles Perry. Tune in, get inspired, and stay connected. Visit OKCSportsRadio.com.
Injuries don't wait for business hours. Now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to PPBC TV live here at Douglas High School Gymnasium. We've got an incredible broadcast. I'm out of breath. Been running up and down these stairs, Dylan.
Getting your exercise in, my friend. That cardio's serious, ain't it? And you got the old Elk City State Championship ring. I got the bling on.
Hey, everybody's got rings around here. I've got to represent, right?
Is that hand feeling heavy tonight?
Yeah, not as heavy as some of the Douglas Trojan rings. I saw some of their rings. They were pretty big, much bigger than mine, but that's neither here nor there. You're in tune to the pregame show here live on PPBC TV. Streaming live straight to your mobile device, straight on YouTube. We appreciate you tuning in. This broadcast is sponsored by SSM Health at St. Anthony, Oklahoma City Community College, and Super Prep. Our other sponsors for this broadcast are Love Student of the Month, OKC Sports Radio 105.3 FM, and GQ Fashion's Fine Menswear. We're in for a treat tonight as Grind Prep visits the Douglas Trojans for a Saturday night basketball matchup that I'm really excited about. I'm your play-by-play announcer, Jay Swick. To my right is my color analyst, Dylan Treble.
Yes, sir.
Dylan, talk about the emotions going into this game.
Well, you can just feel the energy, the electricity here in the gym on the east side of Oklahoma City. It's senior night for the boys team of the Douglas Trojans. They are in search for a three-peat, and one of their old teammates has joined them again for the state championship run. The legend himself, Jaden Nickens. This is his first game back. And then you got Grind Prep coming in to try to spoil the party for J-Nick. They got a kid who came in, won state last year for Midwest City, Carlshon Young. So this is going to be a big game. There's going to be a lot of people here. The house is already getting packed out. The energy is here, and I cannot wait to get this thing going.
I cannot wait either, Dylan. It's going to be a tremendous night of high school basketball. A lot of energy is already in the gymnasium. I had a chance to catch up with the players and just talk about their last victory over Star Spencer and tonight's game against Grind Prep, the future, the past. We're going to cover it all this pregame show here live on PPBC. I am going to play back an interview I just did with Zavon Bates, who's a sophomore on this Douglas basketball team. He had a really good game against Star Spencer. You got to love the potential this guy has, and he's moldable, he's coachable, and I think you can attribute that to his dad, who's an assistant coach, Coach Todd Bates.
Makes sense.
Has done a tremendous job raising this young man, and he had a really good game against Star Spencer. Here's my conversation with Zavon Bates of the Douglas Trojans. All right, here with Coach Steven Alexander, head coach of the Douglas Trojans, on the cusp of the last regular season game here tonight at Douglas High School, and you're honoring the seniors, and I definitely... My apologies, that was my conversation with Steven Alexander. We'll get to that in a minute. Here is my conversation with Zavon Bates, the sophomore guard for the Douglas Trojans. My apologies. All right, I'm here with sophomore guard Zavon Bates, and I want to talk about the most recent game. Star Spencer, you came in and played your heart out. First of all, I love just your hustle, just the way you go about your business. You really didn't blink. It's just like all work, all action, all the time. Is that something that's developed over time for you as a basketball player?
Yes, it really is. Me and my dad really worked a lot through the years, and that's how I got it.
Well, talk about your performance in Star Spencer. I feel like he came in, you look confident out there. Your body language was just, saying a lot. It looked like you're having fun, too. Was that, a really good experience coming in? And, I mean, obviously you won by 30, so it was a great team victory. But tell me more about your performance in that game.
I could have did better with the turnovers I had. I know I hit that buzzer at halftime to really get us up by 30. And, yeah.
Well, when you hit the buzzer, people freaked out in that gym. That was a really, really good moment. And I know it was halftime, but you also – and you'd love to hit a buzzer beater shot at the end of the game, but to win by 30 had to be pretty satisfying too.
Yeah, it was.
Now, it's senior day for a lot of your teammates. What's the senior class been like for you as a sophomore, looking up to those guys?
They've been great role models to me, like helping me develop my game and really get where I want to be.
And your dad is an assistant coach. Is he pretty hard on you? And yes, that's something if you don't do well in practice, maybe you got to deal with that when you get home.
Yeah, he's on me real hard sometimes.
Well, I think it's good to have, a guy that, not only loves you unconditionally, and that man would do anything and everything for you as his son, but we know Coach Bates has a lot of basketball IQ, and you looked confident out there, just like your fundamentals and your knowledge of the offense. You came in and played well against Star Spencer.
Thank you.
Well, Zavon, I appreciate you talking with us. We've got a big game tonight, Grind Prep. Thoughts?
I feel like we're going to come out with the W and kill them.
All right, you heard it first. Zavon Bates, sophomore guard for the Douglas Trojans. Thanks. Yeah, you heard it. I mean, Zavon, I like the way he just said, hey, we're going to come out, we're going to kill them.
That's the mindset that you have to have. That's the winner's mentality. You don't come out on the court and be like, I don't know if we're going to win. We might. No, you come out, hey, we're going to win. That's the job that is at hand, and that's what they plan to do tonight, defend their home court.
And our next guest is somebody that I've just really enjoyed, watching play over the past couple of years, DeShaun Ransom, who has
Big
had
Snoop,
a tremendous career, and I'm just really impressed with his leadership and his, athletic ability, obviously, but it's more than that with this guy. He's a great young man, and he is focused on his future. He takes basketball really seriously, and he's always fun to watch and fun to talk to. So here's my conversation with DeShaun Snoop Ransom. All right, I'm here with Douglas Trojan Senior DeShaun Snoop Ransom. Today is not only a big game with Grind Prep coming up and you're trying to prepare mentally, but this is also a day to kind of look back on this senior class and, think about your accomplishments, be recognized for the accomplishments. What's today mean to you, being a senior on this team, winning so many basketball games over the past few seasons? Talk about that.
Tonight is a night to remember all the things we've been through, 4 years. It's a lot of our guys that been here a long time and accomplished a lot of things. So we're just here to think about that, but also keeping our mind on winning this game. That's really that all matters tonight. Our memories and playing for our brothers tonight, that's all that matters.
Yeah, and you want to take a moment to kind of think on your career, obviously, but there's still so much basketball in front of you that you need to concentrate on. And there will be a time and place for that. There's no doubt about it. But what's kind of the focus early on against this Grind Prep team? They're very athletic. So are the Douglas Trojans. But tell me, what's the focus early on for you guys?
Our focus is playing our game, playing our pace, doing what we do best. It's really all about us. We control what we do. Can't nobody get us out of what we do unless we let them. So whatever we do, we just got to be aggressive and do what we do our best. Know what we do.
And you had a really good game against Star Spencer, and you just, I'm assuming, want to take that momentum and just shift it over to tonight. You've got so many interesting games. I'm eager to see how it actually plays out. But who's somebody that we can look at as far as your teammates tonight that you expect to have a pretty good game?
I expect it's Jaden Nickens' first game back, man, and I know he ready. He been waiting. So I know he going to get out there, and y'all know Jay Will, he going to do what he do. So all our guys going to do what they going to do. We going to play for our brother, and that's all we know.
Now, how's been that transition to get Jaden back into the focus? Is there any time that you spent in practice or is it a seamless transition? I mean, Jaden Nickens is a great basketball player, and to have him on your team is great. And you played with him before, but this is – his first time back. How's that chemistry been?
The chemistry's been great. We've been in the gym working. We had a lot of time to get great work in and realize how we're going to play and stuff. So I feel like everything's going to be good. We're going to be the same, and Nick is doing nothing but just giving us more help. So.
Well, we're excited about Snoop Ransom and what you're going to do tonight, and I know we're going to get the ultimate effort, but congratulations on senior night. And good luck against Grind Prep.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I'll get with y'all after the game.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, Snoop Ransom there, and I expect fireworks from him tonight.
Yeah,
Dylan,
Snoop
he's
Ransom,
a key part of this team.
He is. He had big shoes to fill, and Terry McMorris and Jace Brett left. He stepped right up. He was a big reason they won that repeat state championship last year. So big props to Snoop.
All right, our next interview is with another senior. Golly, this guy is just lethal from the perimeter. He's a great two-way player. It's Devon Jones, who's had an amazing career here at Douglas High School. I caught up with him before the game. Douglas Trojan, captain of the basketball team, senior leader, Devon Jones. And Devon, first of all, good to see you. I haven't seen you since this morning.
Man, I saw you this morning at the where was we at? Casey's. That's where we was, man.
Yeah, and you were headed to the gym for the shoot around. Talk about that. Is that a typical game day experience to come in early, get some shots in, do a little working out, and then come back for the game?
Yeah, obviously you got to come in here, get ready, make sure everybody's on the same page. So that's really the whole point of the first shoot around. And then come back a little earlier, get some shots up, and then just get your mind ready for the game. So,
this is a day that I've kind of been dreading a little bit. It is senior day, and this is a day where we look back on the senior class and your accomplishments and just, appreciate your career here at Douglas High School. What has the last 3 years meant to you? I mean, you've won 2 state championships. You've won 60-plus games. You've had so many big moments. What do you think about when you look back on your career?
Man, when I look back, I just think that it's not finished yet. You know, it's not finished until I get that third one. So, I love Douglas. I've done a lot for it, and it's done a lot for me. I wouldn't be who I am without Douglas. But, man, it's just crazy to think about. This is my last run. So, just got to keep a straight head and don't think about the past. Just keep on looking forward. That's really it.
Well, I like that attitude. You know, it's all about what's in front of you. You got a lot of basketball in front of you, a lot to play for, and that's something that you can look back on at the right time. But right now you're in the throes of the season and you're focused. Grind Prep tonight, this is a big game. We've got a lot of people tuning into the live stream to watch you guys play. Just the mindset going into this game. What's not necessarily the game plan, but what's the focus on what you want to do offensively and defensively?
Just be a dog out there. It's gonna be a dog fight, and it's all gonna be about who wants it more. So just make sure that I show that I want it more on the offensive and defensive end.
Now, recently, I got to ask you about this moment in the game. You just reached your 1,000-point total scoring mark for your career. Just what does that mean to you at this moment? And I don't want to get too emotional. Like I said, you're trying to prepare yourself for the game, but that was a huge accomplishment.
Yeah. Man, it means a lot to be up there with 2 of my teammates who also got it, Landry and Jay Will. So, just to have that trio scoring 1,000 points, it means so much to me. These are the people I grew up with, and just to see them accomplish the same thing that I did before me, it's just amazing, man. So, it felt good. I didn't know we were going to stop the game. I thought I got called for a travel or something, but I hit the 3 and I seen it, and I was like, okay, I just had to make sure.
Well, and I remember that moment too, but it wasn't long enough. I felt like they should have waited until the quarter was over, maybe brought you out. You could have taken some pictures, but, but that's kind of the Douglas way. It's like, hey, here's your pat on the back. Now what's next? We're all about what we can control, and I like that mindset, and it's worked for you for a long time. 4 years now, Devon.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Yeah, incredible career, and good luck tonight against Grind Prep.
Thank you.
Yeah, what do you say about Devon Scott Jones, Dylan?
You can say a lot.
It's you can write a book on this senior class overall. They just had some tremendous moments and some tremendous games, and then you have the addition of Tyler Williams, who I have absolutely enjoyed watching play basketball for the Douglas Trojans this year. And I told him, it feels like I've watched you for years.
Yeah.
It's just been, a single season with him, and just his effort level, his love for the game. It's incredible to watch. And I caught up with Tyler to just get his take because, it's senior day for him. And he has had a really good basketball career. It hasn't always been at Douglas, but it's been at other places as well. But he's had a phenomenal senior season, and what he brings to this team this year is special.
Yes, indeed it is, and I can't wait to see how this state championship run plays out for this senior class. They are just loaded with so much talent.
Yeah, and, you got to earn your way to the top. Nothing is given. They know that, and the postseason journey will be here before you know it. But here's my conversation with senior Douglas Trojan Tyler Williams. Okay, we're here at Douglas Trojan senior Tyler Williams. I've been meaning to interview this young man for a very long time. And here we are, Saturday night basketball. You can feel the energy. We're not even to tip-off yet, and you can feel the energy just rising in this building. How excited are you about the game tonight against Grind Prep?
I'm very excited. This is a good team coming here today to play us. I think the excitement's good, but also what comes with that is nervousness. And with that, you got to learn how to control it and hone it all in and put it into positive energy.
Well, it's senior day, too, and this is an opportunity to kind of reflect on your career. And you've been playing here at Douglas for a year. I feel like I've been watching you for 3 years. You've just fit in so well.
Yes,
to get here, your teammates have just rallied around you.
Yes, sir.
And that type of chemistry is built over a long period of time, but somehow you were able to do it really, really quickly. And just your game has translated to this team. And I mean, you're a Douglas Trojan for life, whether you know it or not, but what's been that transit? What's this season been like for you?
Okay, well, coming from where I came from, I feel like my role is a little different. Coming here, I sat down with Coach Steve, and Coach Steve sat me down. We had a very long conversation about just what is needed from me to win, what winning looks like, and I learned that very quickly, what it feels like to be a winner, what it looks like to be a winner, the hard work and the times and the hours it takes to be a winner. But also, I played with Coach Steve when I was younger, so I've known what just being around this type of competition and working hard. I've been around this since I was 8 years old, so this is nothing new to me, but the adjustment to it all, it was very nice. I feel like Jaden Williams, Devon, Scott, Snoop Ransom, even Lindsey Ballard, our captain that's hurt. Like they were very warm with allowing me to just get acclimated in very quickly and just get used to Douglas basketball.
Well, there's a lot of things I like about your game. First of all, it's your motor. You are a hustling son of a gun, and you get out there and fight tooth and nail. Your rebounding ability, your defense is just unmatched. How has that developed within you and made you who you are?
Mostly what you said first is my motor. Everything starts with my motor. If I'm not 100%, 150% putting in the most amount of energy and effort I can into just my motor and just constantly playing hard for 32 minutes, then I'm never going to be myself. I'm never going to have a great game. I may have a good game, but I won't have a great game. And I think right now my next evolution is constantly having great games. Because if I'm playing great, the whole team plays great. I don't need 10 points. I don't need 14 points, 20 points to have a good game. It's just working hard, rebounding, defending, and talking that Coach Steve really hard for me about to be the best I can be.
Yeah, the only thing that you're looking for is a victory.
Yes, sir. 100%. Just to win.
Tyler, it's been a pleasure broadcasting your basketball games this year, and you've just had an outstanding year. And like you said, the motor, the love for the game, it's all there.
Yes, sir.
What do you think about grind prep tonight? Have you watched much film on them, or what are your thoughts? I don't want you to go into game plans. You don't have to tell us the backstory, but
probably watched too much film on them. I feel like they're one of the best teams in our state. I can say that. They play a lot of good competition just like us. They have around the same size as us. They have the same play style as us. So it's pretty much it's probably going to be very chaotic start the game, but I feel like we do a good job at honing it all in around the second quarter, and just whoever comes out the second half and plays the hardest, really executes in the second half.
Senior Douglas Trojan Tyler Williams.
Thank you.
You heard it first. I think he's a well-spoken young man. He's a hard worker. He's a rebounding fool. I mean, he's out there crashing the boards. What do you like about Tyler Williams as a basketball player?
I just like how locked in he is. You can tell that he takes everything very seriously. The game of basketball means a lot to him. The team here at Douglas means the world to him. He's talking about his brothers, and he just wants to win. The will to win is in his DNA, and it shows night in and night out.
And then I talked with another senior who's a big part of this team. Has had a wonderful career, star-studded career, Jaden Williams. We talked with him in the shoot-around before the game. He's focused. He doesn't really want to talk to me, but he said, all right, Swick, I'll give you a few minutes. So here's my conversation with senior guard of the Douglas Trojans, Jaden Williams. Our last pregame interview is with Douglas senior. You know him as J. Will. The legend Jaden Williams is with us. Preparing for a big game. Grind prep coming up next. Just thoughts, opinions going into the game.
Have fun, play as a team, and win the game.
Senior night. I mean, I know you don't want to reflect too much. That's what I've gotten from your teammates is like, yeah, we appreciate the past, but it's still about the future. Is that the same attitude? Because it is senior day, and we want to honor you in the senior class for your accomplishments, your Douglas basketball royalty. I mean, it's something that's got to cross your mind.
Yes, sir. Just all the memories with my brothers that have been made, rushed through my mind these past 24 hours. But right now, I think collectively we're just all focused on just getting the win.
Now, grind prep, really athletic. So are the Douglas Trojans. How's that match up?
We're in the weight room 24/7. I'm just saying. But we're going to show who's a stronger team today. And tougher team wins. That's all I got to say.
All right. Debut, Jaden Nickens. Got to be excited about.
Yes, sir. Welcome back, Jaden.
There we go. And here is Jaden Williams. We appreciate you. Congratulations on a wonderful career. You still got a lot of basketball left, but we've got to give our due diligence to seniors and the senior class and what you've been able to accomplish. So congratulations and good luck against Grind Prep.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you talked to Jaden Williams before a game. It's just tough because he's so focused. It's like, I don't want to talk to you, but I'm going to out of respect. And we've always appreciated that about Jaden Williams is he's always had time for us when we catch him in those odd moments. And he's like, dude, I'm trying to prepare for battle.
Right.
We do have senior festivities going. So I know there's people out there that are commenting on the stream that are wondering when the video is, going to get going. When this game gets going, we're going to give you video. Trust me. I've just gotten a lot of pregame audio that I think we're playing. We are running late, I think, here for senior festivities. They will honor this senior class and several other sports as well. So I do appreciate everybody's patience here, and it's not our fault at PPBC TV. We're just trying to make do with the situation. So they're fixing to honor this senior class. But I caught up with Steven Alexander before the game and just got his opinion on this senior class and just tonight's game in general against Grind Prep. All right, here with Coach Steven Alexander, head coach of the Douglas Trojans, on the cusp of the last regular season game here tonight at Douglas High School, and you're honoring the seniors. And I definitely want to talk about that senior class that you've been coaching over the last several years, but you've got a really good matchup tonight against Grind Prep. What do you know about that school? What are they like as a basketball team?
Oh, well-coached team. I'm really familiar with their coaching staff. Play hard. They're on that grind session, so they play against some of the best competition in the country. So I know it's going to be a good match. It's a very good match to prepare us for the playoffs. And we so happen to know some of the seniors on our team, so happen to know some of those guys. So it's kind of running together. It's good for them.
All right, this is a day that we haven't necessarily been dreading, but you knew it was coming. Senior night, this is the time where we look back on your senior class and, look at their careers and their accomplishments. This is a group that has some great leaders that will go down in Douglas basketball history. They've won 70-plus games, multiple state championships. I know this is a loaded question, but, how has it been for you as a head coach to get them in early and then see them progress over the past several years? And now they're seniors, and we're looking back on their career.
It's been an emotional week for me. These guys are very resilient guys, man. I mean, you've been familiar with them. They're very selfless. They've kind of made me look good at times, and I appreciate that because anybody who knows that, a coach doesn't really do the work out there. And those guys have always done the work. They're easy to coach. They're great students. This senior class has carried probably 3-1 as far as their basketball. So, I'm just very excited for them. I'm very excited for the state run. But more than anything, this night right here is all about them. They've done not only enough for myself and this basketball program, but they've done a lot for this community. And I'm excited, at the same time a little bit saddened. But I just want them to go out and have a good game and just play as hard as they can and start preparing themselves for something that may be a little bit bigger than this at the end.
Well, I've interviewed several of your seniors tonight, and I really tried to press the emotional button. They wouldn't give. They were like, wait, we'll think about that later. We've got this game tonight. We've got the postseason. There's time for that to reflect. But this is for the families. This is for the fans to just kind of appreciate their accomplishments. And it's been an incredible run for you, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, you just don't know what happens throughout a season. If you look at this senior class that I have, these guys have lost 3 basketball games to Oklahoma teams in the last 2-3 years. So, I mean, they have a target on their back, but they also have something across their chest that they can be proud of for the rest of their life. And I'm just happy to be a part of it. Like I say, our relationships with these guys stem further than just basketball. Like I said, I just want them to be good young men and continue to, put themselves second. They've always put themselves second. And in my life, when you do that, good things happen for you.
Last question. Grime Prep has a lot of speed, a lot of agility. Douglas is the same. Like, we're going to see some tremendous athletes battle it out today. What's the focus early on in a game like this?
Just to get stops. I mean, we know that they're a very high-powered offense team. They got some very talented kids over there that can shoot the basketball, and they're pretty fast. But for us, it's just it's a chance. It's a test. It's a good chance for us to get on the floor, play against good competition. And like I said, I know the guy on the other side, so we're going to be going at it a little bit. It's going to be good for both teams.
Coach Steven Alexander, good luck tonight against Grime Prep.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
There you have it. Pre-game interview with Coach Steven Alexander, who's ready to get this team ready for tonight and the postseason. I don't know what else to say, but I think that's kind of the elephant in the room, Dylan, is just the postseason is looming. You know that's what everybody has been preparing for this whole entire season. And you've got, a great matchup here with Grime Prep. And just to talk about them real quick, I did catch up with their head coach, Marcus Warrior, and he is a fiery head coach. He has high standards for his players. He's a no BS kind of guy, if I can say that legally on the radio. You know what I mean? Like, he's just dialed in with his team. And Grime Prep is a private school, but it's based on their athletics. It's a school that has a high focus on their athletics. Now, they do take academics very, very seriously. Heck, I think the tuition there is $15,000. So, it's an opportunity for a lot of these kids to just give them another option on a different way of going about high school, especially if you're you know where you're going to go with your career kind of thing. You know what I mean, Dylan?
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, you have these prep schools for these kids that have bigger aspirations to just play in high school ball. They want to focus in on their sport. Obviously, academics are there as well, but they want to try to take it to the next level, get these scholarships to get all their school paid for, and go play in whatever sport it may be. They're becoming more popular as time goes on. They weren't really that big back in the day, but now you see prep schools popping up left and right. We did Dynamic Prep, Jermaine O'Neal's school last year here at Douglas, and now Grime Prep. I think this is their second year as a school.
Yeah, I'm not for sure on the specifics, but I just got to know Coach Marcus Warrior today, and he just had a lot of really great things to say about his players. Carlos Adamson is a guy that has some scholarship opportunities. He's going to start at point guard tonight. Another guy that really stuck out was Will Paulson. He had a lot of great things to say about this young guy. And there's scholarship players all over the place here for Grime Prep.
Yeah, I mean.
So it's a very athletic team. And these guys are built for basketball. That's their focus. That's what they eat, sleep, and think about, dream about. And there's, they're going to have their opportunity. They're very familiar with this Douglas basketball team. They know each other. The coaches know each other. Coach Warrior and Coach Alexander have known each other since they were in grade school. So there's that close relationship there.
Yeah.
And so, have they been in existence long enough to be a rivalry? I don't know. I don't know what constitutes a rivalry in terms of time, but just knowing the style of play and it clashes with the Douglas. I almost called him the Douglas Warriors. I just, Marcus Warrior, his last name. I'm getting it tongue-tied. But, Marcus Warrior and Coach Alexander have that relationship, have that knowledge about basketball. And so we're going to see him play a good game tonight.
Yeah,
I think the matchup is going to be really nice to watch.
I agree with you 100%. Tons and tons of athleticism will be displayed on the court tonight here at Douglas. Both teams, like you said, they're stacked. You got Douglas. It's Jay Nick's first game back from Cali. And then on the other side, we talked about it a little bit pregame, Carlshon Young, he is back in town now, suiting up for grind prep. He came in from Dynamic Prep down in Dallas. He was playing for Jermaine O'Neal for a little bit, but decided to come on back home. He's committed to Pacific University out there in California. But, yeah, I mean, you said it, man. It's going to be electric. You can already see the gym is getting more and more packed as we go on. The Douglas Trojan Band is in the house, so it's going to be loud. The team and the crowd will feed off that energy. So it's going to be a really, really fun environment here tonight.
Right, and they're honoring the senior class for a lot of different sports. And if you remember football season, the last Douglas home game that they had was against Clinton, and it was just a rainy mess. It was just, you remember that? It was just incredibly bad weather, and they weren't able to really honor them right. So we're honoring, you know, different band members. We're honoring wrestling, football players, and other women's sports here, and all the other senior athletes and all the different sports here at Douglas High School, and get to put a spotlight on them. And your senior year is just, it's different, Dylan. I mean, it's the last year that you know, can play sports, so you want to take it seriously.
Yeah, I mean, your senior year is one of those years that you look back on in life and you're like, wow, I didn't realize how good I had it. I was around my friends all day long. I was going to school with my friends. I'm hanging out with my friends after school, playing sports with my friends that I grew up with. When everybody separates and goes off to college, it's just not the same. High school is one of those just like very, very wholesome places in life.
And they're honoring Kingston Lemons, who's, you know, been a part of these state championship teams the past 2 years. He's got 2 championship rings. He's down there at center court right now, and with his family. And he ended up transferring this past year for the fall semester, but now he's back, and he's being recognized the right way as a member of the Douglas Trojans. So he's taking photographs right now. But, yeah, Kingston Lemons, who came in and played some really good minutes in the state championship game the past 2 years, that, you know, really meant something. You talk about contributors. That's a contributor right there.
He was one that came in and was running the point guard when Landry Ballard had to take a breath and, you know, get on the bench and recover. It was Kingston Lemons that stepped up to the plate and was running the offense, locking down on defense. Like you said, crucial player on that state championship team from just 1 year ago.
And here comes Tyler Williams. We just did the pregame interview with that young man, and super happy for him and his family, his overall career, and just what he brings to this team. It's a lot of high quality basketball, but just like
he's got that dog in him.
Thank you. I'm trying to politically say right. This guy plays as hard as he possibly can, and he is being honored tonight as a senior, and he's such a tremendous piece to this basketball team, and, you know, super happy to have him on this team. He makes this team better. So
no doubt
glad
about that.
to have Tyler Williams here to celebrate his senior year. And here we've got senior
Christopher Runnels.
Yeah, Chris Runnels is a quiet guy, but you get to know him. He starts to smile a lot, and he has just a really good way of coming into the game and doing the dirty work there too. Gets a lot of second chance points, works really hard. You know, obviously he's plays good defense. He's kind of matches up well to different opponents, so it's good to see him get recognized, and he's got state championship rings as well. So Christopher Runnels, and they're about to introduce next. Oh, it's going to be DeShaun Thomas. Yeah, DeShaun came in and played really well in the Star Spencer game last week.
Yep, he sure did.
We were happy with his minutes, and he just looked like he was having a lot of fun out there, and that's something that
that's what it's all about.
You know, you really hope that there is such a high emphasis on winning, right? And they're very focused about that, and that's obviously number one on their priority list. But this young man came in and played well against Star Spencer last game, and he's had a really good senior season, and he had a really good junior season as too. So another state champion. So
yeah, all these players that are walking out, they got real heavy hands when they got those 2 rings on their fingers. And here comes Devon Scott Jones, one of those East Side Splash brothers.
Yeah.
Like you say, a Douglas legend for life.
Yeah, he'll go down in the record books as being one of the most prolific shooters we've seen at Douglas, and there's been a lot of them.
Yeah.
Right? You think about all the
Stevie
history.
Clark.
Yeah, you
one
think
of the
about
best.
the history of Douglas basketball, especially in the terms of shooters. You've got to throw Devon Scott Jones in what support he has had.
Man, he's got tons of family in town from
Yeah.
Wichita, Kansas. Grandparents come down for games all the time. His grandpa came over and said, I'm going to miss you guys.
That's
I said,
right.
hey, we're not done yet. Well, let's not even mention that. We're not done yet.
Well, I talked to him in the pregame interview. You just heard it, and I was trying to press him, but he's focused on getting ring number 3. I mean, that's what he is striving to do, but you've got to appreciate the accomplishments and the work that they've put in, and they've reached new heights already.
Exactly right about
Here
that.
comes DeShaun Snoop Ransom. I told him I was going to give him some mess about the shoes, the pink shoes. He's rocking
the KD4 Ant Pearls.
Yeah, and I always give him heck about that because they, the pink contrasts with the jersey so much.
Exactly.
But, another key part to this program, to this team, and has been for many, many years. He's a highlight dunk artist that does a great job playing above the rim. And he's got a great support staff behind him and they're so proud. And, boy, his accomplishments are long list.
Yeah, and like I mentioned, he had some huge shoes to fill because he came in whenever Terry McMorris and Jace Breath both graduated. They needed a big man presence, and in comes DeShaun Snoop Ransom. He has lived up to the expectations, and he's a key part of this Douglas Trojans basketball team seeking a three-peat.
And, yes, Devon was right before Snoop Ransom, Ebony Mays. But at the end of this stream, you'll be able to run it back and see when he was honored here for Senior Day.
This is Jaden Nickens repping the Rock Chalk Jayhawk. He's going to Kansas University to play football and basketball, for those who did not know.
One of the best athletes in the state of Oklahoma. I think that you could just apply that to Jaden, and he'd be okay with it. He's won 2 state championships at Millwood, and then he's won a 3rd state championship with the Douglas Trojans last year, and he's going for 4.
He's going for his 4th ring. That means the only thing, if obviously they get it done, then he'll only have a thumb open. His whole hand's going to be full of rings.
I know, and we'll see if he can add a Big 12 football championship ring and a basketball championship ring later on in his collegiate career, but we'll see. And he's just been an impressive young man for a very long time, and his athletic skills will be talked about forever.
Yeah, no doubt.
State champion, Splash Brother, 4.0 student, Jaden Williams. He's being escorted by Mom and Dad.
Jaden Williams.
Barbara Williams' auntie, Tara Williams' brother, Davion Green,
Wow.
William French, and Christian Williams. Honorary family, Arnell and Kelly.
Great support staff for Jaden Williams. He's had a tremendous career, and you talk about Douglas basketball royalty. I think you got to mention Jaden Williams.
No doubt about that.
I think about the first state championship he won 2 years ago. I mean, he looked like a young guy, but he started and he played like a senior and
played a crucial role.
Won the state championship, came back his junior year, did the same thing, and here we are as celebrating his senior year as they go on their quest for a 3rd in a row. But Dad Terrence, Mom Amanda, his brother William is there, his baby brother Christian. They're just a great family, and they support him in every way. And his work ethic is as good as anybody as I've ever seen. And great two-way player, too.
Yeah. I mean, it shows the work that he has put in since we started covering him as a sophomore. You can see the way he has developed. He's gotten more muscle. He's gotten taller. He's bigger, faster, stronger, and that all comes with work. You don't get to the point where Jay Will's at without the work.
And he's all work.
Yep.
And I once said this online and on air. If you're looking for Jaden Williams, go to the gym. You'll find him eating, sleeping, and living in the gym because that's his favorite place to be.
Oh, man. The floor general is among us, my friend. Landry Ballard.
I love some Landry Ballard Jr. We're going to be talking with him in the third quarter tonight. But it's his senior year.
Stephen Alexander, Coach Alexander, Miss Monique Alexander.
And there's Coach Alexander right there at midcourt.
Kyra, JC.
And my heart absolutely goes out to Landry Ballard. He's a true competitor. His time to shine is in the state tournament. That's when
that's when he takes over.
That's when he loves to play basketball the most, is when everything's on the line. And we're sitting here freaking out in the stands going, oh, my God, it's win it all or season's over. That's where he thrives in those situations, those high-pressure games. That is Landry Ballard, and it's just, an amazing career that he's had to be that floor general. Nothing shakes Landry Ballard ever.
I agree.
Nothing ever really overshadows
doesn't get
everything.
rattled.
Yeah, he's in the throes of chaos. He is chaos. He's the strong, calm presence.
Yep.
And he suffered that injury. And I told him that you're not going to be able to play in the postseason, but you've got everything in front of you. He's going to have a very long basketball career going forward, and we're excited to follow it. But
man, what a special group of seniors.
That's right.
These guys have done so many great things for Douglas High School. It's been a pleasure to be able to cover them for the past 3 seasons.
Absolutely. Special team here at Douglas High School.
Back-to-back 3, state champion.
I love that.
They're honoring them the right way, and
that's what they are. They're champs. Yep. At the end of the day, you got to respect it.
Yep. Back-to-back and going for a three-peat. Well, so we'll see about that three-peat later on, but it's about what they've been able to accomplish the past 2 years and up to this year, and it's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot. They've got a lot to be proud of, and they've got a lot to look forward to because a lot of these young men are going to be playing at the next level for college basketball in some way, shape, or form. Some will be in Division I, others will be Division II, and some, might be at NAIA. I mean, the fact you go and play collegiate basketball somewhere shows.
That's what it's all about.
You're a really great athlete.
Yep, that's exactly right. At the end of the day, all they want to do is win. They've done a lot of winning, and now the stage is set for Douglas versus Grind Prep on this Saturday night showdown on the east side of Oklahoma City.
That's right. We are about 12 minutes away from tip, and we'll get the teams. They've got to, I think some of them have to change shoes and different things like that, and then warm up, and Grind Prep needs to do the same. So that's all to come. But we're about 12 minutes, according to according to the clock on the scoreboard. That's where we're going to go. So we'll televise and get some video of the warm-ups here. But tip-off's coming up here in right around 10 minutes. We'll be back before then to talk matchups and continue the pregame show here live on PPBC TV. I want to thank you for tuning in. Grind Prep Douglas coming up next, sponsored by SSM Health at St. Anthony, Oklahoma City Community College, Super Prep, Love's Student of the Month, GQ Fashions, Fine Menswear, and OKC Sports Radio 105.3 FM HD1. Tip-off's coming up shortly. Stay with us.
I know he's there. I'm trying to get him.
And we are back. Tip-off is about 2 minutes away. They're getting ready to announce the starting lineups. We'll go over those once they are announced. But very excited to be broadcasting live Saturday night basketball here live from Douglas High School. Currently ranked number 2 in the state, Dylan, and it doesn't make sense to me. Weatherford is ranked number 1 in Class 4A. They're 23-1, 22-1. And their record is a little bit better than Douglas, but I can promise you they haven't quite played the top opponents that Douglas has.
Yeah, no doubt.
Douglas has played teams from Missouri, from Kansas, from Texas, from Arkansas. They really have tried really hard to, get matched up with some of these great teams nationwide in hopes of playing. When you play top-tier opponents, it makes you better.
Yeah,
iron sharpens iron is the phrase.
Exactly. It's all a part of the plan from Coach Steven Alexander. He knew the best way to get his team ready for the third state championship attempt was to, hey, we got to go outside of the state. We got to go play some different competition. We've been running this state for 2 years in a row. There were some games last year, it's going to be a blowout. So what does he do? He schedules out-of-state opponents, and he gets these boys ready for this deep run that they are about to attempt to go on, because what better way to end this senior class than to lift up another gold ball? They've done it twice. They want to do it a third time. They want to send these seniors out the right way. Coach Alexander has built a dynasty here on the east side of OKC, and I just can't wait to see how this game tonight is going to go.
Douglas has beaten some really good teams here in the state of Oklahoma as well. Crooked Oak, who's ranked number 2 in Class 3. They've beaten the number 1 ranked class team in 3A with Millwood. They've beaten Star Spencer by 30. They've beaten Crossings Christian. They've beaten some really, really good teams. So let's take a moment. We'll get to the national anthem song here very shortly and get these starting lineups coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, she signed that like we was at the BT Award. All right, starting lineups. Firstly, your grind prep. Number 5, Jake Coster. Number 10, Christian Payne. And number 11, Will Paulson.
All right, your starting lineup for the Grind Prep basketball team, led by their head coach, Marcus Warrior, is number 3, C.J. Dawkins. Number 5, Jaden Constant. Number 10, Christian Payne. Number 11, Will Paulson. And number 4, Carlos Adamson. And that's going to be your starting lineup for Grind Prep. And here momentarily, we're going to get the starting lineup for the Douglas Trojans, the back-to-back 4A state champions. They're going for a third. There's a special group here. And we've got Tyler Williams, number 12, who was started forward. You'll have number 11, Devon Scott. Then you will have number 4, DeShaun Snoop Ransom, starting at center. And number 3, Jaden Williams, the senior guard for the Douglas Trojans. And now you hear the return of Jaden Nickens. Thoughts on Jaden Nickens' return? He's such an athletic player. He's just a highlight maker. And what are your expectations in game?
Well, he's like you said, he's a walking highlight. He's going to bring an extra spark to this Douglas team. It's not like they needed much help, but, I mean, goodness gracious, you got a 4-star recruit coming back home from Cali. This place is going to be on fire here at Douglas High School.
He's been enrolled at Douglas for a long time, so it's not like he just showed up on the scene.
Right.
All right, he did things the right way. I know there's some people out there, and it's usually the opponents of Douglas that are really upset about it. He went by the rules, went by the book. The OSSAA has cleared him to play. He's been going to Douglas for a long time now, and he finally gets the okay tonight. Get him going, and then the postseason will come up next. About to get tip-off started. Here we go. Get the tip-off here momentarily. Got to get our cameraman's attention. Thank you, Taz. Here we go. DeShaun Snoop Ransom and Christian Payne will go up for the jump ball. Let Saturday night basketball begin. Douglas wins the tip. Jaden Williams with the basketball goes to Jaden Williams with the basketball. The pass was from Jaden Nickens. Devon Scott has the top of the key, now left, backs up, thought about taking the shot, but he's looking for a teammate. Got it stolen by Grind Prep. 2-on-2, spins, Payne puts up the shot, no good, rebounded Devon Scott Jones. He's going to slow things down, goes right to Jaden Williams on the right side, kicks it to the corner, 3-point shot was missed. So, Grind Prep
the gym wanted to explode if he hit that three, but he didn't.
I felt like it was going to if the ball had went in. Grind Prep's going to penetrate, kicks it outside, 3-point shot, knocked it down. First blood is drawn by number 5, Jaden Constant of Grind Prep.
Yep, really nice drive and kick to find the open shooter on the wing.
Here's Jaden Williams at the logo going left. Looking at his teammates, may get rid of it, looks to get rid of it on the block to DeShaun Snoop Ransom. Fadeaway jumper, can't get it to go. Tyler Williams is there, puts up the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, he got hit hard in the face going up on that second chance opportunity. But what a hustle play by him to get down there, get dirty, get that offensive board, and now a chance at 2 free throws for Tyler Williams.
All right,
we talked about it early. He's a dog.
I'm going to the comment section here on our YouTube portion of the broadcast here on PPBC TV. We've got Rich Denby says, let's go Devon from Uncle Ray in Dallas.
Uncle Ray, shout out.
All right. Leslie Jefflo says, let's go Douglas, state champion 2025 already. She's calling it.
Tyler Williams hits both free throws, so it's 2-3 now.
Here we go. Grind Prep with the basketball. Constant with the ball on the right side. Passes to his teammates. Jaden Williams is right there. Now Nickens is going to step up. Fires in the corner. Another 3-point shot by Grind Prep off the rim. Rebounded Jaden Williams. He's going on the right side. He's going to drive, spins, needs help. Williams is there. Williams going to go right. One-on-one situation here with him and Will Paulson. Now gives it back to Jaden Williams. Jaden on the right side. Just waiting for some movement. He's just going to pull up and shoot it off the rim. Rebound at Grind Prep. They'll have another offensive opportunity with a 1-point lead. Fires it down court. Catches it. Dishes to.
That was number 5. Jaden Constant lost his feet and stumbles out of bounds, so it's going to be a turnover. Trojan basketball.
That's what looks to be the case. Did he step out of bounds?
He tripped and fell out of bounds. Tripped over his own feet. Here comes J. Will to Devon Scott.
Devon Scott Jones right there at the logo. You can hear Coach Alexander in the background, and he tried to get it to his teammate Jaden Williams, but there was a reach-in foul by C.J. Dawkins of Grind Prep.
Yep, a little too aggressive, trying to go for that steal. Still 2-3, Grind up by 1.
Jaden Williams inbounded straight to Snoop Ransom. Snoop hands it off to Jaden Nickens. Nickens through the legs, penetrates, kicks to his teammate in the corner. Now to Devon Scott for 3. No good. Rebound at Grind Prep.
That's a good look. Just couldn't get it to fall. Here comes Grind Prep.
And he's going to dish it to his teammate Constant. Constant's going to back up. Tyler Williams right on him as a screen. Looked really close to being an illegal screen, but no call. Ball goes out of bounds. 5:20 on the clock left.
Yep, great challenge by Tyler Williams without fouling on that 3-point attempt. He does so many things that don't show up on the stat sheet.
Douglas with the ball down 1. Jaden Williams on the left side gets to Devon Scott on the wing. He pivots. There's a screen, puts up the shot, gets it to fall.
Hand down, man down. Devon Scott hits the open 3 thanks to the screen from Jaden Nickens.
Went from being down 1 to up 2. Here's Grind Prep with the basketball right there on the wing. That's Christian Payne. Needs help. Double team. Jaden Williams is in there. They're going to call a foul on Jaden Williams.
Jay Will thought he got all ball. Christian Payne thought that he got the wrist. The referee agrees with Payne, so it's going to stay with Grind Prep.
Yeah, Payne's going to inbound it from the sideline. Jaden Nickens is right in front of him. He's rocking the headband today. Now they're going to start their half-court offense. Adamson goes right to his teammate. Now it's back to Constant. Now,
oh, man, I don't like that call. That was all basketball, but going to call another foul on Jay Will, so that's his second foul. Gets that one real quick.
Yeah, we'll see how long Coach Alexander leaves him in there. He didn't like the call, and, yeah, I think he's going to bring in Monty House. Yeah, Kim Monty House Jr. is in the game. You talk about two-way players, offense, defense, going to bring you a high level all the time.
Only a sophomore. A lot of promise for
him.
Monty House.
Yeah, I mean, he has been starting this whole year. And once you got Jaden Nickens back, you made that switch. But what a sixth man to have is Monty House Jr. Could start, come off the bench, whatever. He's a great part of this basketball team. Oh, what a block by Snoop Ransom.
Big time block. Way to stay with them, Snoop. And he lets them hear about it after he gets that block out of bounds. But it will stay with Grind Prep.
Smack that out of bounds, and it'll be Grind Prep that inbounds it. And Devon almost going for the steal there. And that's an offensive foul.
That's the right call. He shoved Devon Scott in the back. He didn't like the defense that was all over him, gets frustrated. So that's a foul on number 5, Jaden Constant.
So Douglas will get the basketball back. You can't seek out contact like that when you're the guard. And here's Tyler Williams, right side, now goes left side. The hustle on this young man is tremendous. He gets it to Devon. Devon's calling for a screen from Snoop. Now Devon's going to restart it. I think
trying to get it to J-Nick.
Yeah. Nickens on the wing. Fires it to Tyler Williams. Dishes it to Ransom. Gets knocked out of bounds by Carlos Adamson of Grind Prep. Otherwise, that was going to be a Snoop Ransom dunk.
Yeah, great passing, but just knocked out of bounds, but here come the Trojans once again.
Jaden Nickens fires to Devon Scott. He penetrates, spins, fadeaway jumper. Mid-range is good.
That was just so nasty.
It's always
with
good.
That one-leg dirt fadeaway in the middle of the lane. Devon Scott.
Here comes Grind Prep, down 4. Scores 7-3. And their point guard, Adamson, is calling out a play. Tyler Williams is right there with him, step for step. Here's Paulson. Paulson to Constant. Then he gets it to Dawkins. Back to Constant, who's calling out for a screen. Goes left, puts up a 3. Off the backboard, rebounded Snoop Ransom. Tyler Williams is just going to bring it up the floor. Why not? Devon takes over. He penetrates, stops, mid-range jumper. No good, and a fight for the rebound. Snoop jumped too late. Grind Prep gets it back. They find Paulson. Too late.
No foul call.
Douglas steals it. There's 5 on 4 right now. Monty House fires it to Snoop under the goal. Gets double teamed, puts up a shot, gets it blocked, dishes to Monty House for a 3. No good. Again, firing the offensive rebound. Grind Prep comes up with it one-on-one, gets the layup to miss. And Jaden Nickens comes up with the basketball and fires it to Devon Scott on the left side. Devon
transition
fires
defense.
it to the right side. Jaden Nickens, no good.
We got a foul away from the basketball. I'm not sure if it's on Grind Prep or Douglas. 2 players on the floor. It's number 11, Will Paulson, and Snoop Ransom for Douglas.
Yeah, they collided down near the free throw line. And they're going to call a foul on Snoop Ransom, so it will be Grind Prep basketball.
Yep, and now number 1, Carl-Shawn Young, comes in the game for Grind Prep. Once stayed at Midwest City last year. Now he's here at Grind Prep.
He's committed to Pacific University, where he'll play Division I basketball. Fire on the right side for Grind Prep. That's Christian Payne. Back to Carlos Adamson. Back to Payne. Out of the high post to Young. Young through the legs. Pulls up for 3. No good. And a fight for the rebound. It's Monty House. Gets aggressive. Rips that out of the air. It'll be Douglas basketball. Now Monty House has got the ball in his hands. Gets double teamed. Needs help. Devon Scott for 3. Knocked it down.
That's another money ball from three-point land by Devon Scott. He's heating up, Coach.
Coach Warrior, Grind Prep called a quick timeout. Up 7, we're down 7 points, 10-3. Douglas Trojans are sponsors for the Saturday night basketball broadcast. Love Student of the Month. SSM Health at St. Anthony, Oklahoma City Community College, and Super Prep. Super Prep is the premier sports outlet featuring the very best in high school, college, and professional athletes here in the city, state, and nation. Follow them on all social media platforms as Super Prep OK if you want to stay in the know regarding sports in the state of Oklahoma.
Super Prep is the place to be if you want to stay in the know. I'll tell you what, Devon Scott is heating up. He's knocked down the last 3 shots for Douglas. He is the main reason they have this 10-3 lead. A minute 35 left in the first quarter.
All right, I mean, good start scoreboard-wise. Have had some missed shots. I think they're just trying to get in rhythm. This is Jaden Nickens' return here tonight, and he's just trying to get acclimated to a real game situation. He's been practicing, working out with this team for quite a while. But this is his first time since last fall when he was playing for Sierra Canyon in California. Oh, and Nickens almost got the steal over Payne. Grind Prep right there on the perimeter, drives, kicks it to the corner, almost stolen by Jaden Nickens. Devon Scott's going to step up and defend. So is Jaden Williams, playing with 2 fouls, puts up the shot, no good.
Carl-Shawn Young elevates in the lane over 2 defenders and gets that one to go.
Here's Jaden Williams right there on the wing. Hands off. Devon Scott Jones, no good. Offensive board from Snoop Ransom. Gives it to Monty House. Back to Jaden Williams. Right there at the logo, they'll start their half-court set once again. Drives. Gets down to the block. Spins. They're going to call a foul on Carl-Shawn Young.
Yep, a little too much hand contact.
His first foul of the game.
So that will be on the floor. Douglas will throw it in from their own baseline. That's Jaden Nickens to throw it in.
And they have different plays that they run here on inbound.
Scratch that. Monty House now.
This will be the case. Finds Nickens right under the goal, and he's going to put it up and miss it. And it's rebound grind prep. 2-on-2. Constant puts up the shot, gets it to fall, but
they're going to call blocking. I don't really see the blocking. It clearly, to me, looked like Jay Will had his feet set to take that charge.
Yeah, he was a little frustrated with that call, too. I think that's one of those 50-50 calls.
And it's three
close.
fouls on Jay Will, which is really tough.
Right.
Because we're only in the first quarter. And in high school, this isn't the NBA. You only get 5 fouls.
Yeah, you can see Coach Alexander thinking right now, and probably going to leave him in there to the end of the quarter here before they make a change, but that's something that's on the back of his mind. Here's Monty House through the legs, right side, getting that defender to get off him a little bit. He's going to – well, okay, Coach Warrior's calling a timeout. Coach Alexander was calling the timeout. I was so focused on who had the ball in their hands, I didn't see Coach Alexander over there on the left side called the timeout.
Yeah, smart timeout by Coach Steve Alexander. Saw his player in trouble, calls a timeout. He wants to get the last attempt before the first quarter's over at a shot.
Well, what we like about Monty House is just his maturation. I mean, he's a sophomore, but you talk to him, you feel like he's a 30-year-old.
Yeah.
He's got a great family, and they've really raised him well, and he's the most humble young man that you'll ever meet. But when he gets out on the court, he gets after it on both ends. Nothing shakes him. You know, that's a common theme with a lot of these Douglas players is in the midst of chaos, how do you react? And Monty House is always level-headed. His basketball IQ is through the roof. And he reflects that with his play. All right, so 10-8. It was 10-7 for a minute, and then Grind Prep was able to get some buckets. So Douglas will get the ball back up to 25 seconds left.
Most likely
Snoop Ransom
hold
holding on to the ball. And miscommunication. And, look at Monty House with the steal. Devon Scott kicks it to Jaden Nickens. They'll restart their half-court offense with 10 seconds left. Devon Scott gets the ball. He's going to fire it to Jaden Williams. Jaden drives, and there's a foul on Grind Prep.
Yep, dangerous
and that's foul
situation.
number 5. So that should result in free throws here.
Yep, it's going to be 2 shots for Jay Will. I respect him a lot for doing that. That was a dangerous situation for him. He's got 3 fouls, but aggressive drive by him. Fortunately, the foul's on Grind Prep.
Well,
and he's at the stripe.
just knowing Jaden Williams the way they do, I mean, I think he can only play one way. Like
all gas, no brakes.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how many fouls he's got. He's just going to continue to play the right way. Of course, that's something he thinks about, and he tries to stay away from, being in those situations. But you play as much basketball as him, that's going to happen sometimes.
No doubt about it. First free throw's good.
Knocked it down. 12-8 Douglas. 4-point lead here on Grind Prep.
Bring Tyler Williams back in for defense with 3 seconds left.
Yeah, and that's a smart move. They're going to try and get a shot off here. Throws it 3/4 of the way, overthrows it. And so that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Douglas up 12-8. Going into the second. Thoughts, reactions from the first quarter, Dylan?
Very entertaining basketball. Both teams have went on the runs. Devon Scott caught fire early on to give his team the 10-2 lead. And then Grind Prep came back thanks to the play of Carl-Shawn Young. So it's been entertaining. It's only a 4-point game. We knew coming into tonight it was going to be a close game, and that's exactly what we have.
Yeah, I think, this is just getting started.
Yeah,
that was
party's just getting started.
That was a very quick first quarter, and the best is yet to come. I think once these teams start to really become familiar with each other, It's going to be a really good matchup, and we're seeing that so far here right now. It's just a little bit of a momentum struggle. I don't think we've seen the best from either team in the first quarter, kind of feeling each other out. And Coach Alexander is going to be coaching them, drawing up some plays, and they'll find some different ways to try to take advantage of grind prep, and they've seen what they've lined up as defensively. And so now they're going to make the adjustments and try to attack the rim. And I think Douglas has taken some open shots. They just haven't all fall.
Yeah, they've had some really good looks. They just had a few rim out, but they still have a 4-point lead going into this second quarter of basketball. We got the big man, C.J. Harris, in the game for the Trojans. The very, very tall sophomore is on the court.
Yeah, Chris C.J. Harris. C.J. is Chris Jr. Met his dad today. They were so proud of their son. And they're going to trap him right there. He needs help, and he threw it to Snell. Somehow, Grind Prep keeps possession of the basketball. Christian Payne to Young. Knock down that three.
Yeah, you got to get a
shot
hand
for Grind Prep
in that young man's face. That's the lefty lethal shooter, Carl-Shawn Young.
Well, Young is one of the best shooters in the state of Oklahoma and has been for a while. He's just changed addresses, area codes several times. Here's Monty House. They're going to call a travel on Monty House?
Yeah, maybe shuffled his feet a little too much, trying to look for an open teammate. So now it's turnover. 1-point game. Grind Prep, opportunity to take the lead right here if they knock a shot down.
Yeah, they'll inbound it to Young on the right side. Tyler Williams right there. Now to Payne on the left side. Williams is D'ing up on him, trying to make that steal, force a mistake. Here's Payne, attacks the rim, no good. C.J. Harris with the rebound. Fires it. What a pass by Snell.
Yeah, heads up play.
Devon Scott finds Williams. Kicks it, almost stolen, loose ball. Trevor Snell with the rebound, or the steal, and it gets stolen from him, and Grind Prep will get the easy two.
That's Carlos Adamson with the easy layup finish for Grind Prep. They now have a 1-point lead.
Here's Monty House on the top of the key. He's looking right. He's going right. On the wing, drives baseline, spins, needs help. Devon Scott Jones from the baseline jumper.
Beautiful baseline fadeaway jumper by the east side splash bro.
Retakes the lead by 1, 14-13. Here's a three for Grind Prep. Bounces around, no good. Rebounded, Chris C.J. Harris, who's only 15 years old. He's almost 6'10". They love the potential, the ceiling on this young man, and he's a really, really good basketball player. He's just got to get some more experience, some more time under his belt. Here's Devon Scott on the right side. Loose ball goes out of bounds.
He just lost his dribble.
I don't know what happened.
Yep, just lost his dribble and goes out of bounds. Very uncharacteristic turnover by Devon Scott. 1-point lead for Douglas, 5:47 left before halftime.
Yep. Grind Prep is 24-10, but they've been playing some schools all around the state and nation. Like, they go all over the place. Here's a three-point shot by Grind Prep, no good. Rebounded Devon Scott Jones, and he's off to the races, pushing it up the floor. Now he's going to slow it down right past the logo. Goes left to Trevor Snell. Trevor goes left. He can create his own shot. His fundamentals are fantastic. Now he goes right to Monty House Jr. Penetrates, gives it right back to Kingston Hall, who has the ball, and he gets trapped and stolen. Grind Prep puts up the shot. I think they're going to call Kingston with the foul there.
Yep, it was stolen by Christian Payne, and then Christian Payne looked like he had a transition layup, but he's fouled from behind by Snell.
By the time Christian Hall got the ball at half court, there was just not any room to go. There was nowhere to go. I mean, he was risking getting, the backcourt violation.
Right.
But
just towing that line.
Put up the shot, knocked it down, tie ball game, 14-14. I think this is going to be the theme the rest of the night.
Yeah.
This is what we're
This is what we're in for.
See, yeah, this is what we're going to be experiencing. So, as a crowd, this is what you want. If you want some competitive,
you want entertainment. That's why you come to this game.
Two high-quality basketball teams playing it out in a hostile gymnasium. Welcome to Douglas.
The return of Jaden Nickens, who is still searching to get on the scoreboard.
Here's Devon, splits the double team, put up the mid-range, no good, rebounded Grind Prep. And they're on the left side. Corner, 3, no good, rebounded C.J. Harris. Chris is going to hand it off to Trevor Snell, who going to slow it down, gives it right back to Nickens. Nickens to Devon Scott, back to Nickens, top of the key. He goes left, hands it off to Trevor. Trevor's going to call out the play, communicate with his teammates, dribble through the legs, goes left, drives, fires it to Nickens. Devon Scott on the wing. No good. Rebounded Grind Prep. Grind Prep lost control, regained it. That's Jaden Constant, number 5. Jaden Nickens is guarding him. And what a block by C.J. Harris.
That is what I like to call
Gets it
authority.
to Nickens, attacks the rim. Can't get it to fall. Grind Prep once again with the rebound. They push it up the floor. Find Payne, who's bringing the pain with that one-handed dunk.
He brought all the pain on that angry dunk. Nice assist by Sean Young.
Grind Prep up 3, 17-14, 3:43 left in the second quarter. Trevor Snell on the right, directing traffic, gives it to Devon Scott. Thought about taking the shot, goes left, loses control, goes out of bounds. It'll stay Douglas basketball.
Yep, it's actually going to be deflected out of bounds by Christian Payne. So Douglas will keep it. Got to find a way to get Jaden Nickens going in this basketball game.
You see Coach Warrior over there talking to his Grind Prep players, coaching them up.
Jaden Williams back in the basketball game for Douglas.
He's going to inbound it. You need somebody to be open. It's Kingston Hall. He'll give it to Devon, back to Jaden. Jaden will restart their half-court set. Off a screen from Devon, he'll go right. Now he spins, put up a mid-range, get it to go. Jaden Williams, the senior on senior day.
Instant impact right off the bench to getting buckets. That was a filthy shot by J. Will.
Grind Prep with the basketball, up 1. They go to the corner, three-point attempt. Off the rim, rebounded Devon Scott Jones. He gives it to Jaden Williams, who'll bring it up the floor, overlooking the defense, goes right. Through the legs, goes left off a screen from Devon. Hands off to Nickens. Jaden Nickens, who's committed to Kansas to play basketball. Three-point shot, nailed it.
Step back for J. Nick, back at the crib in OKC.
Rumble, young man, rumble. All right, Grind Prep have an opportunity to answer. Deep three-point shot, no good, and a fight for the rebound is Jaden Nickens. He'll bring the ball up the floor. Kingston Hall setting a good screen right in the middle. He'll attack the rim, goes up, gets fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. Jaden Nickens, number 23, starting to get comfortable.
Yep, I have a feeling that made three-pointer is going to be the spark to get him going offensively. Rocking those new Kobe Year of the Snakes. That's the Kobe 5s.
Coach Alexander meeting with his team while Jaden Nickens concentrates on his free throws. Knocked down the first one with ease. Now that he's found the rim, I feel confident in his second attempt. You want to get to that 4-point lead instead of 3. You want to make it a 2-possession game here.
Right. 2:26 left before halftime. J. Nick, second free throw attempt. Good.
Grind Prep down 4. It's a battle of momentum right now. Up 4, then the other team comes back, takes the lead, and vice versa. We've seen so many lead changes in this game here tonight. Grind Prep to the left side. Jaden Constant, he's going to get double-teamed. Loose ball, recovered by Grind Prep. And Adamson is pulling up for 3 and knocks it down with ease.
Yeah, nice 3. Just a gimme at the top of the key. Nobody around him. Knocked down.
4-point lead has turned into a 1-point lead with under 2 minutes left. Jaden Williams with the basketball, looking right, calling out the play. Okay, defender steps up. Jaden attacks. He needs help. Finds Kingston Hall, but they're going to call a loose ball foul on Grind Prep.
Yep.
Fouled links Kingston Hall right there in the paint.
It's a foul on number 0, Kenneth Johnson for Grind Prep. foul on the floor, so it's going to be the Trojans to inbound it for their own baseline. That's Nickens looking for big CJ in the paint.
Fires it to Kingston. Goes left, hands to Jaden. Jaden Williams off a screen from Jaden Nickens. He's right there at half court listening to Coach Alexander. Now he's going to work. Kingston Hall for three. Knocked it down!
Beautiful dish from Jay Will to find Kingston Hall on the wing. Big-time three-pointer for that young man.
Finally finding some rhythm here this game, and boy, he made an impact. All right, now it's on defense for the Douglas Trojans. In a little bit of a zone, if you will, and oh, what a penetration, and they're going to call a reach-in foul on Kingston Hall.
Yep, sliced and diced his way through the defense, finished with the left, and one opportunity for Jaden Constant.
Golly, I'm just going to be honest, I felt like that was a little petty.
Soft
little
foul,
cheap,
for sure.
Yeah, soft. So Jaden Constant will put up the free throw, knocks it down. It's a 1-point difference here. Douglas with the ball up 1, 1:10 left. Here we go, halftime. Jaden Williams at the top, through the legs, overlooking defense. Now he stops, goes left again, shakes him out of his boots, fires it to Devon Scott-Jones. Loose ball, rebounded by and almost stolen by Douglas, but Grind Prep comes up with it. Fires it into the corner to Payne. Payne loses control.
Yep.
He had the ball and stepped out of bounds. It'll be Douglas basketball. Great defense by the Trojans. Jaden Williams will inbound it. He's going to probably throw it to Jaden Nickens. C.J. Harris going to the sideline.
Big Snoop Ransom back in the game. 46 seconds before halftime. I mean, they could hold it for one last shot if they wanted to dribble around for 46 seconds. We'll see what Coach Steve has in the playbook.
All right, Nickens right back to Jaden Williams. Looking at the clock, 40 seconds left. They would love to just take the last shot, make it, and go into halftime. But that doesn't always work out as planned. Jaden slowing this thing down. Looking at the clock, 25 seconds left.
Well,
now they step up. Now he's got to do something with the basketball. He's got to keep moving. Goes right. Now goes left, right there on the wing, top of the key. Looking for his teammate. 13 seconds left. Jaden, baseline, jumper. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Loose ball.
Jaden has it.
He's going to put up the shot. Misses it. Fighting for the rebound is everybody.
They had multiple opportunities and chances, just couldn't get the ball to go in the hoop. So we have a 1-point game, 24-23. Douglas up by 1 at half.
That's right. That's right. It's been hard fought. Let's go to the text line here, or the chat line here. We've got DeAndre Foster saying Eastside Splash Brother going out with a bang on senior night.
Facts.
We've got Rich Demby saying, let's go, nephews. Devon's on fire. We've got Marina Brown Bowens who says, let's go, Grind Prep. We've got some Grind Prep fans on the live stream tonight. You're more than welcome to be here. We thank you so much to tuning in to PPBC TV. I think we've got Killer Something. Killer Something says, I love you, J. Nick. Let's see, DeAndre Foster says Devon is out of his mind right now. Tavion Enkert says the future Kansas two-way player, Jay Nick. I think they're just excited to see him back out on the floor. You know, you saw that last year or early fall, a totally different semester. You know, Jaden Nickens was playing for Sierra Canyon and alongside Bryce James, LeBron James, younger brother, and
that's his son, not his younger brother.
Or his younger brother.
I got
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
This
sir.
is his son. That's his son. Thank you very much. But, you know, some things happen that I don't really want to get into. It's not my place, but Jaden Nickens, let's just say he got homesick. I mean, he really wanted to return home and spend time with his family. It's his senior year. He wants to utilize his time wisely and
wants to be with his brothers here on this Douglas basketball team.
So it's good to have him back, and we're happy with his production so far tonight. He's had some missed shots, but he's been really good on the defensive end and defending, and his passing has been outstanding. I mean, there's no rust factor right there as far as knowing where his teammates are on the court. There's that second nature. So
don't be surprised if he lights it up and has a huge second half of basketball. We know what Jaden Nickens can do.
Are you surprised by this 1 point difference here?
Not at all. Not at all.
Why not?
Both teams are loaded with talent. Both teams have multiple guys that can score at all three levels of basketball. So we knew it was going to be a battle. Coach Steve made this game happen because he wanted the competition right before going into the playoffs, because the first rounds of playoffs, we know what Douglas is most likely going to do. So this is a great game to set the tone going into that playoff run.
I see a few members of the Douglas Trojets, the girls basketball team. My goodness, what a year they're having.
Yeah,
I think
phenomenal year.
You can throw class 6A, 5A, 4. You can throw all of those classes out the window. You could make a really good argument, and the evidence is there, that the Douglas Trojets could be one of the top, if not the top team in the state of Oklahoma, regardless of any class when it comes to girls basketball.
Yep, you could argue that all day long. The proof is there. The stats are there. The wins are there. We could argue it. I mean, we get to watch them and commentate for them, so you and I could make a great argument that they can beat the best teams in the state. We've already seen it. They back it up.
Yeah, Coach Woods has just built a powerhouse, an absolute powerhouse. All right, we got Nate Green there. Nate Green, we see you. Hello,
what's up,
Jay
Brother
and
Nate?
Dylan. Brother Nate out there, appreciate it. Tammy Hawkins says Nana from Houston, watching all the way from Houston. And Tammy Hawkins says, that's my baby grandson, Devon Scott Jones, and my son, Coach Davion Jones.
Man.
Wow.
Yep, Davion is a good dude. I go
absolutely
way back with Davion.
Huge piece to this team. You see the time and effort that Coach Davion Jones puts with this team. It's above his pay grade, I can promise you that. It's not about anything else but making these young men better as basketball players and in life. I'm a huge fan of Davion Jones. Vic TV Game says Coach Steve will make adjustments and turn the defense up. I totally believe that.
Yep, 100%.
Yep. Flashia Jefflow says pride of the East Side. This is a great East Side basketball game so far. Pretty close, 1 point difference. Oh, Nate Green says he's going to buy us a steak dinner, Dylan.
Hey, I'm down. I'm down. How do you eat your steak, Swick?
Medium rare, man.
Me too. That's
pretty
the
bloody.
only way to eat it.
Marina Browns Bowens is watching from Grand Prairie, Texas.
Nice. Appreciate it.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in to PPBC TV. And we'll go back to I want to see the warm-ups here. I know people get tired of looking at the score. It's like, yeah, we see the score. Let's get the visual there. Okay, we're going to watch the Douglas Trojans warm up and prepare for the second half here. But adjustments that need to be made for the Douglas Trojans. Talk to me.
Yeah, they one thing they got to do is limit their turnovers. We've seen them turn the ball over, which we're not used to seeing because they're a very disciplined team. They don't make a lot of mistakes, but there's been a few careless turnovers that we're not used to seeing. And they just got to, get out and challenge and contest shots on defense. Otherwise, they're playing good offensively. They got a good flow going. They've had some good shots that haven't gone down, or else they'd have a bigger lead. But you got to feed the hot hands.
I like the shot selection.
It's
they
there.
Just haven't gone in as much. We did see some big shots. Devon Scott Jones hit a three. I mean, we've seen some great buckets.
Really
Jay Will is doing his job, but we've seen some open shots that didn't quite fall. I think they've got the right idea. They will. You keep taking them. Eventually,
shoot.
They'll figure it out, and it'll start falling. Impressed with C.J. Harris, who's right there at midcourt, number 43. Again, he's 6'10", ladies and gentlemen. The ceiling is through
Very
the
high.
roof for this guy. And he's a humble young man. Like, if I was him at that age, I would be like, I'm the next Kevin Garnett, and nobody can tell me different. That's not Chris C.J. Harris. He's the most humble, down-to-earth fella that you could ever imagine, and he's all about work. Yep. And he wants to get in the gym, and he desperately wants to hone his craft, and that's what we love about C.J. He's just a nice guy, too. So we'll see what happens here in the second half. I think that they've got that first half under wraps. They kind of understand the way each player on Grind Prep moves. They'll make adjustments, be fine. Coach Alexander did not have them long in the locker room.
No, he said we need to get shots up. We need to get in rhythm. I look for Jaden Nickens to have a huge second half, and I also look for Snoop Ransom to step up in the biggest way possible because they're going to need him down the stretch to pull off this win.
Right. All right. Tammy Hawkins says, what is the name of the commentators? Jay Swick and Dylan Tribble.
That's right. That's us. We've been doing this for 4 years now. It's been a fun ride with you, my brother.
Absolutely. And, the way I look at it, our ride's still just beginning. We've got the postseason districts next week. We'll go over some of those matchups.
It's going to be
a
fun one.
Very soon, I know. In fact, the matchups are already made. I mean, we can go ahead and announce that whatever happens in this game happens, but it's not going to have an impact on district playoffs starting next week when Douglas plays Harding Charter. The girls play at 6 o'clock. The boys play at 7:30. All right, that's next Saturday, February 22nd. That's the start of the postseason. And so we'll be talking about that game as the week goes on my show, The Morning Rush, live from 8 a.m. till 11 a.m., Monday through Friday on OKC Sports Radio, 105.3 FM here in Oklahoma City. We love to talk high school basketball. We cover Douglas. We cover a ton of other schools as well here in the state of Oklahoma. And we like to shine a light on their accomplishments, who they are as a basketball team, and what they're trying to do. And that goes with a lot of different schools as well. So I just love basketball here in the state of Oklahoma. And there's a ton of passionate fans. There's a ton of passionate fans here tonight at the gym. They could be anywhere on Saturday night. You can be doing anything you want.
Yeah.
But they're here at Douglas High School.
They knew it was going to be entertaining.
Absolutely. Tammy Hawkins says, okay, y'all are the truth. Well, thank you very much, Tammy. We appreciate you.
That's awesome.
All right, so Grind Prep has impressed me with a little bit of their size. I think they've got a lot of athletic ability, and, you've got several future collegiate basketball players on their team. It's just, they're playing against a seasoned Douglas Trojan team that has such a tight-knit locker room. The chemistry with this Trojan basketball team is so strong. And, Fleshia Jeff Lowe says, Weatherford, we coming. We know y'all are watching. And then Devon Jones says, Weatherford winning it all. That could be
only time will tell.
A matchup that we'll see in the state championship game. And if that's the case, it's going to be Weatherford, Douglas, Part 3 in the big house for the gold ball for a third time, I could only imagine.
And the last time in the OG big house.
That's right.
We thought it was going to be the last year this past season, but here we are going back to Jim Norwick.
But there's still a lot of work to be done. Weatherford's got to win, some basketball games in the postseason. Douglas got to win some postseason basketball games. You still got Crossings Christian. You got Idabel. You've got several other teams, North Rock Creek. There's several other teams in 4A that are gunning for the gold ball. And you trip up one time, it's over.
Yep. Doesn't take much to lose.
You've got to stay focused, and we'll see it play out the right way in postseason basketball, which starts next Saturday, a week from today. But tonight, it's about Grind Prep and Douglas battling it out for the W. And it is senior day for the Douglas Trojans, so they got a little extra motivation.
Yeah, it means a lot to these kids.
To win.
They got a lot of family in the crowd. There's a lot of people from all over the state here on the east side of Oklahoma City for this game. And we are about to get this second half of basketball underway. the Trojans will start out with the basketball. Tyler Williams to throw it in.
Trying to get it into Jaden Nickens, and does. And Jaden Constant's going to guard Nickens on the right side. Nickens is, again, going to be playing basketball for Kansas University and football for the Jayhawks. Here's Jaden Williams on the left side. Tyler Williams right there on the wing, gives it to Devon. Devon Scott-Jones right there at the top of the key, fires left, penetrates, pulls up, mid-range, money.
Nice crossover, and then he hits him with that step-back fadeaway from the elbow. Devon Scott.
Douglas up 3, 26-23. 7:25 left in the third. Grind Pratt with the basketball. Carlos Adamson ends off to Paulson. Down to the right side to Dawkins. Dawkins gets rid of it, back to Adamson. Adamson off a screen, goes right. Tyler Williams knocks it out of the air right back to the Grind Prep. Here's Dawkins with the basketball, just handing the ball off right there on the perimeter, trying to decide how they want to get closer to the basket to take a shot. And they're setting screens, a lot of movement on the backside. Jaden Nickens right in front of, he almost got the steal. He's fighting for the steal. And they're going to call a foul
if that's
on
the
Jaden
NBA,
Constant.
It's a clear path foul against Grind Prep. I don't think we have that at the high school level, but great heads-up play by J-Nick to get in there and steal the ball.
You can't just pull on that guy. I mean, they're fighting for the basketball. You can't just pull on him to get the basketball, can you?
I think he didn't want to be on J-Nick's highlight film because that's what was going to happen.
Right. If he had gotten the ball at that moment, no doubt. And they tried to throw the oop to Snoop Ransom. It was ripped away by Payne. He fires it down low to Adamson, and that is blocked by Tyler Williams,
A
who
clean
said
block at
denied.
that. Yeah, access denied. That's Tyler Williams, the clean block out of bounds. Very aggressive start to the second half.
Paulson on the inbound pass, and he gives it back to Payne, who thought about taking the three. Now he gives it to Adamson. Adamson, the high post to Paulson, puts up the shot. No good. Rebound to Snoop Ransom. Gives it to Devon Scott on the left side. Now to Jaden Williams up the court. Across half court behind his legs on the far right wing. Through his legs to Jaden Nickens, who gets the ball one-on-one. Adamson's guarding him. Nickens thought about taking the shot. Now he's going to penetrate, drives, puts up the shot, no good. They're going to call a foul on Grind Prep.
Yeah, I mean, there was tons of contact on Jaden Nickens with his drive attempt. So it will stay with the Trojans. Nickens will throw it in.
Non-shooting foul. They'll fire it to Devon Scott for three. Knocked it down, Devon Scott-Jones again.
This dude is on fire. Devon Scott, that's too much space for one of the East Side Splash Bros. You can't leave him open.
Grind Pratt with the basketball down 6. 5:50 left in the third. Carlos Adamson to the left side off his screen, fires it to Payne. Payne thought about taking the shot, but gets it stolen by Jaden Nickens. 3
They got
on
numbers.
1. And Nickens, layup, easy bucket for him. He's done it 1,000 times.
Disgusting in and out move. Hit him with that fake pass to the inside. Goes back to the outside and finishes with his right hand.
Douglas with the momentum. They're on a little bit of a run here. Up 31-23. Grind Prep reeling. It's back to Adamson. He goes right off a screen. Pulls up. No good. Fight for the rebound. Tyler Williams doing the things necessary to get stops. Here's Jaden Williams, alley-oop. Shot to Snoop Ransom.
Great feed and penetration by J-Will to find Snoop on that baseline for the lob finish. Douglas has come out on straight fire to start the second half.
Playing unselfish basketball, sharing it with the open. It's not about, okay, let's get this guy involved. Let's really force some things here and there. It's just about letting the game come to them and reacting accordingly.
Yep.
And they've been setting the tempo here in the third quarter, and it's forced Grind Prep into some really tough situations.
Forced them to take a timeout.
Yep, that's exactly right. So now Douglas is up 10.
All the momentum on Douglas's side to start this second half of basketball. Devon Scott.
DeAndre Foster says, Aunt Tammy, I don't know what you said to Devon before the game, but keep it up for the rest of the championship run.
No doubt. He's one of the Eastside Splash Bros for a reason, and he loves stepping up in these big games. We've seen it year in, year out. Devon Scott will deliver when the pressure is on him. He loves it. Pressure makes diamonds. And Devon Scott is one of those.
All right, let's see. Drado says, who does J. Nick play for? That would be the Douglas Trojans. He's number 23.
Got the headband on, short sleeve T-shirt under his jersey. You can't miss J. Nick.
All right, Grind Prep at the basketball. Adamson at the top of the key. Jaden Williams is right in front of him. He's a really good on-ball defender. They hit the ball baseline. He just throws it up.
Trying to draw a foul, but didn't
work. And that's
how he got Young.
Wow.
Got the foul call that time.
I don't know how that wasn't a defensive foul when Carl Sheon Young was reaching in aggressively and got the ball back and then went right back on offense and drew the foul himself, so he'll go to the free throw line for 2. Carl Sheon Young.
Yep, went right into the chest of that defender, draws the foul, and now the lefty is at the stripe for 2.
Knocks it down with ease, cuts it to a 9-point difference here, 4:38 left in the third quarter.
He comes in off that bench. Coach Warrior knew after Douglas went on that run to get the 10-point lead.
All right, here we go. Douglas will inbound the basketball. Looks like Grind's going to step up with the
full court defense.
Yeah, Tyler Williams, right side to Monty House. Monty fires it to Nickens, right back to Devon. And he's crossing him up, spins, baseline, mid-range, no good, fighting for it. Offensive board, Snoop Ransom to Tyler Williams. Tyler on the right side to Devon Scott. Devon's going to restart their half-court set. He's kind of directing traffic right now. He's just communicating with his teammates. They give it to Nickens, top of the key. He's going to try and drive. Puts up the shot. He's fouled. Is that a shooting foul?
I don't know if he was quite in the shooting motion. Definitely fouled.
It was a foul on Will Paulson, number 11 for Grind Prep.
He was driving to the rack. I think they're going to give him 2 shots. I like the call, honestly.
Yeah. Yep.
That's one way to get Jaden Nickens started in the second half is let him go downhill, show off his speed.
When he gets up and down like that, it's so tremendously tough to stop. He missed the free throw there. But again, this guy's going to be playing for Bill Self at the University of Kansas. Basketball and football. But, I mean, he's equally skilled in both sports. And when he wants to get to the rim, hold on for the ride.
Yep, interesting strategy there. He backs up on the free throw, a little too strong on the first. Can't get the second to go either.
Grind Prep appreciates it. They're down 8. And Adamson left it in the air. Devon Scott Jones almost stole it. Oh, Carl Sheon Young to the corner. 3-point shot by Payne. Rebounded by Paulson, even though there were 3 Trojans there. Loose ball. Grind Prep gets it, fires it up. And another offensive rebound by Grind Prep, and then it's stolen somehow. The ball became loose. Jaden Nickens picks it up. He goes left, crosses him up, attacks, and puts up the layup. No good, but Snoop Ransom says, I got you, Jaden Nickens.
I got you, bro, right there in the right spot for that putback. That's Snoop Ransom. I said he had to step up big if they want to win this game.
Douglas back up 10. There's either a timeout or a foul here. Is that a foul?
Yeah, I think they're going to call a foul because some of the Douglas players are throwing the hands up like, I don't know what just happened. I don't understand the foul call. So Grind will throw it in from their own baseline.
Yeah, I'm not sure who got called for it. Oh, and it was almost stolen by Devon Scott Jones. You leave the ball up in the air like that, he's going to take it, and there's Payne attacking the rim. He does get fouled, and he will go to the free throw line for 2. It's starting to get a little chippy.
Yeah.
Much more physical this quarter than we saw in the previous 2 quarters. And
I don't know how he kept his handle. The ball was almost stolen by Devon Scott. Then Jaden Nickens got a hand on it. But he kept his handle and drove to the rack, drew a foul on Williams, but he can't hit the first free throw.
Christian Payne will have a second opportunity here for Grind Prep.
10-point game. Trojans on top.
Misses the second one. Tyler Williams to Jaden Nickens. Nickens going to bring it up the floor. And Jaden Constant is going to be the on-ball perimeter or on-ball defender. Hands it off to Devon Scott through the legs. He drives, backs it up, uses his legs, fires it out to Tyler Williams for three. No good. Rebounded Grind Prep. It's Carl Sean Young. Stolen by Jaden Nickens, was right there in the lane, in the passing lane. He's going to take it and get that shot blocked by Carl Sean Young. What a play. On two of the best players in the state of Oklahoma.
Yeah, a lot of athleticism from both players. Great block by Carl Sean Young. And I think it's going to stay Trojan basketball. Yeah, one of the Grind was out of bounds when they recovered that block. So
Kingston Hall back in the game. He's going to give Jaden Nickens a breather here. Kingston Hall hit that big-time three-point shot just earlier in the first half.
Confidence builder for Kingston Hall.
Here's Devon Scott. He's going to go downhill, spins, finds his teammate right there on the baseline, Tyler Williams. Back to Devon Scott. And he goes right. Kingston Hall steps up for a screen. Devon Scott for three. Knocked it down.
Bang, bang. Devon Scott, the east side splash bro from the top of the key for three.
Grind Prep down 13 is frustrated, and they throw up a three-point prayer. Rebounded Kingston Hall. Gives it right back to Devon Scott Jones. It's senior night. He's feeling it. He goes left off a screen from Snoop Ransom. Goes left again. Right there on the wing. Needs help. Lost his dribble. Monty House is there. Goes right to Tyler Williams. Tyler steps up. Hands it back to Monty House Jr. In Kim, Monty House Jr. to the left side. Through the legs. Top of the key. You hear Coach Alexander in the background. And now it's stolen by Grind Prep. They make a great defensive play. They're going to attack the rim. Draw the foul. Snoop Ransom will get called for it.
Yep, Jaden Constant got the foul in transition, drives to the lane, and draws a foul on Snoop Ransom. So it's Constant at the stripe. Number 5 for Grind Prep. 38-25. Douglas Trojans on top. 1:16 left in the third quarter. We'll see if Constant can knock down his free throws. The first one, no good.
Vic TV gang says, I told y'all Coach Steve would make adjustments and turn the defense up, but they've certainly increased the point deficit right now, 38-25 with 1:16 in the third. He knocks down the second one, though. All right, so Monty House will get the ball in the inbound, trying to fight through this little press. Devon Scott gets it, and he's up and down.
That's a foul. Goodness gracious. Blow the whistle.
Again on Carl Sean Young.
Very aggressive foul on Devon Scott. The offense definitely needs to be flowing through Devon right now. He is just red hot tonight.
Yeah, Jaden Constant is going to take a breather. Kenneth Johnson is going to come in for Grind Prep. Douglas inbounds it to Tyler Williams. Goes left, kind of slowing it down. He's not in any hurry. You've got a runner on the baseline. Here comes Devon Scott, gets it in the corner. Matches up. Double, almost got it stolen. They'll call another foul on Carl Sean Young. Is that third?
Yeah, it might be his third. He's playing that aggressive defense because Devon Scott has been lighting them up all night. That's what you got to do.
Each team has 4 fouls this quarter. Now, there's only 52 seconds left before the fouls restart. Running the inbound. Oh, my goodness! DeShaun Snoop Ransom with the alley-oop dunk.
Lob City here at Douglas High School.
That's one of those plays that just says hallelujah. And what a play.
They're going to call blocking foul
by Grind Prep
Snoop
to get the bucket back, but Snoop wanted a charge. Could you imagine if Snoop took that charge
this place
and had the dunk?
Up.
Oh, my goodness.
The gym would have blew up. And that's one way to silence the crowd is draw a foul on the other end. Go to the free throw line. It's Christian Payne 2 shots for Grind Prep. We got 38 seconds left in the third.
Yeah, he'll have an opportunity to, well, it's not going to have an opportunity to do anything now. He missed the free throw. Their Douglas Trojans are up 12. 30 seconds left in the third. Fires it over to Tyler Williams, who's just going to let this clock tick down. They want to take the last shot of the third quarter. The question is who's going to take it?
If it was me, I'd be going to Devon Scott. If they double him, find the open shooter.
Coach Alexander's directing traffic, hands it off to Devon. He pulls up for the long two, knocked it down.
Put some respect on Devon Scott Jones. My goodness, he just can't miss. The rim looks so big.
14-point lead in the third.
Man, what a third quarter of basketball here at Douglas High School. They take a big lead. It was a 1-point game at halftime. Now it's 42-28. The home team, the Douglas Trojans, are up, and they're feeling real good.
Yeah, Douglas has really found their rhythm. They've been getting to their spots. You've seen that shot that we talked about at halftime. It says, hey, their shot selection is great. You know, in the first half, it just wasn't falling as much. That's a different story here in the second half. They're getting to their spots. They're creating open shots. They're getting the crowd into it off alley-oop dunks. Devon Scott Jones is knocking down long shots. We didn't really see Jaden Williams in there because he's in that foul trouble. He's got 3 fouls, so I imagine we'll see his return in the fourth. But solid third quarter by Douglas, was able to really take the momentum and ran with it, made some great stops defensively. I think that they've really kind of frustrated Grind Prep.
Oh, they definitely have.
And
great
Grind
team
Prep,
basketball.
out of frustration, made a few bad plays for them to make it a little bit worse. You know what I mean? But sitting pretty here in the fourth quarter. Got to finish strong.
Yep, you got
the Douglas Trojans got to figure out a way to step on their throat. You know, you can't let this team back in it. And so they're on defense. Carlos Adamson, point guard for Grind Prep, fires it over to Carl Sheehan Young. They're going to call a foul on Monty House.
Yep, little bump foul on Monty House. Not much contact, but enough for the ref to blow the whistle.
I think Carl Sheehan Young is just one of those players that does a great job of absorbing contact, whether it's on purpose or not on purpose.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
He
He's
gets
a
the
D1
whistle
athlete.
because of that. And they'll inbound the pass to Kenneth Johnson. He goes right side to Payne. Tyler Williams right in front of Kenneth Payne. Or Christian Payne, my apologies. He steps up. Carlos Adamson wanted to take a 3, but he's going to step left, go right. Pulls up for 3, no good. Right in the hands of Devon Scott Jones, and he's off to the races on the left side. Fires it to
Snoop Ransom with the hammer. What a feed by Devon Scott.
Violent dunk by DeShaun Snoop Ransom. Violent dunk. Here's Grind Prep. Carl Sheehan Young at the top of the key. You can feed the energy. You feel the energy of the crowd, and that's how you calm it down. Carl Sheehan Young makes that three-pointer.
And Carl Sheehan Young is talking a lot of trash to Monty House after hitting that 3.
And that looks to be
the whistle. I think it's going to be
a
tech on Carl Sheehan Young for the words that were said to Monty House after he knocks down that 3. That is the case indeed, and why not put one of the Eastside Splash Bros at the stripe?
Well, that's just not a smart decision. You know, you're down.
He's frustrated.
44-31, and you just made it worse by acting out. Now, it's great to make a good play to get your team a little bit closer, cutting the deficit, but all you did was improve the situation, you know, by 3 points. Now you're putting Devon Scott at the free throw line, and it's just it hurts the team for Grind Prep. So,
wow, Devon Scott missed both free throws. You don't see that very often.
Yeah, free throws have been a little bit of an issue here as of late. It's not a massive concern, but I want to see them improve their free throw shooting once we get into the postseason. That's when it really becomes important, and that's something that they're still going to continue to work on. Oh, Monty was trying to get Devon, who was coming inside. He threw it outside.
Yep, just not on the same page.
Careless turnover for Douglas.
13-point game. Trojans
They're
up.
going to trap him. He's going to find teammate, and there's Constant. Ooh, bad pass to Kenneth Johnson. Goes out of bounds. It'll be Douglas Trojan basketball.
So back-to-back bad passes from both teams. And now the Trojans get the basketball. Most likely going to try to find Devon Scott once again. In comes Kingston Hall, the junior, for Douglas.
He'll get the inbound pass, goes right back to Tyler Williams, who hands it off to Monty House. Monty's going the left side. He's going to wait for a screen from Tyler. Now goes right, another screen from Tyler. Coach Alexander's down there coaching Kingston Hall up, trying to get him to his spot. Here's Devon, mid-range. They're going to say the bucket.
He drew the foul.
He was.
Yep, he was fouled.
Shot was no good. It didn't matter anyways.
Right.
But
oh, they call it on the floor.
Yeah, the foul's on the floor.
Definitely in the shooting motion. But
Tyler Williams will inbound the basketball directly to Snoop Ransom. Just had that monster dunk. Here's Monty House with it. He's taking direction from Coach Alexander. Goes right. Devon passes him. He goes right to Tyler Williams. He's going to penetrate, drives, kicks it to Devon in the corner. It's into the paint, loses control. It's stolen by Grind Prep. They're off to the races. There's Carlos Adamson with the bucket. No foul, but they make the shot.
Much needed bucket for Grind Prep. That's Carlos Adamson over Snoop Ransom on the layup.
And Monty House to the left side. Looking for Devon, finds him back door, kicks it to Kingston for three. No good, rebound at Grind Prep. Fires it over to Adamson on the right side. Hands it off to his point guard, gets caught in the middle, has to kick it out. Three-point shot, Christian Payne, rebounded Tyler Williams.
If you're Douglas, you just want to settle down right here on offense, get a great shot attempt, and Coach Steve is going to take a timeout.
Yeah, I think we're going to finally see Jaden Williams back in the game. Got those 3 fouls
and Jaden
pretty
Nickens
early in the first half, and they've been keeping that in mind as far as his minutes. So he'll be back in the game here in a moment after this timeout. Our sponsors for Saturday night basketball here in the state of Oklahoma, here at Douglas High School, SSM Health at St. Anthony, Oklahoma City Community College, and Super Prep. We couldn't be here without the help and support of our sponsors. And SSM Health Hospitals, proud sponsors of Oklahoma City Public School broadcast. Got a great team of providers that treat these players when they sustain an injury, get them on the road to recovery so they can get back into the game, on the field, on the court.
All right, 11-point game, 5:20 left in the fourth. Jay Will's back in. Jay Nick is back in.
Here's Jay Will just shaking and baking. He is a master of fundamentals. He's going to pull up. You can't leave that man open like that, or he'll knock it down. He just so happened to miss it there, and he's going to fire it to Paulson, puts up the bucket. Great score in transition for Grind Prep. They're capable. I mean, they're an athletic team.
Cuts the lead to 9 points. Plenty of basketball left for Grind Prep to try to make a comeback.
And if you get too forceful trying to stop Jaden Nickens from doing what he wants to do, you'll get called for the foul.
Yeah, I don't know if there's
And that's
anybody.
what we saw in that possession right there.
Right.
Inbound it to Jaden Williams on the right side. Gets across half court. Still right there at the wing area. Now he's towards the middle. Got a screen right in front of him. He goes right, looking for a teammate, saying, hey, I need a runner on the backside. He goes left, loses his dribble. They call a quick timeout. I felt like Coach Alexander was, not liking what was happening on that possession. There was a little bit of confusion between him and his teammates.
He was trying to feed Devon Scott, but he was being denied the basketball, being double-teamed. So Jay Will just picked up his dribble, and Coach Steve didn't like it. Called a quick timeout.
If you saw, Jaden Williams was telling him, hey, run towards the basket. I'm going to find you in stride. And so they weren't on the same page exactly on that
We got any fun comments after that Snoop Ransom dunk?
Pull up the comments. Let's see what the people think about the Snoop Ransom comments here, Langston. And let's see. Lashia Jeff Lowe says, "Show out, Snoop."
That's right.
Rich Dimby says, "Nephew Devon is cooking. All he needs is an apron on."
I'm agreeing with that 100%.
There's flour all over the place. There's salt and pepper all over that young man. He's cooking up a storm here in the kitchen that we call Douglas High School. Goodness gracious.
All right.
4:34 left. Trojans up 44-35. That's the situation. Fourth quarter. Inbounds to Jaden Williams. He's going left. Looking for a screen from Devon. Goes right. Right there on the wing. Hands it off to Jaden Nickens. He'll go right. Finds Tyler Williams, who gives it right back to Jaden Williams. Fakes left, goes right. And he's going to slow it down. They're in no hurry here. Yeah, they're trying to take a little bit of time, but they're also really focused on scoring here. So you got Snoop Ransom moving around in the paint. Jaden Nickens gets it. He finds a lane. Gets it to Tyler Williams. Devon Scott-Jones for a three.
Boy, is he cooking something up special tonight. That's Chef Devon Scott.
Somebody left the oven on. Whoa, there's Grind Prep, who answered with a three-point shot. Will Paulson with the bucket.
Yeah, much needed bucket for Grind Prep to try to stay in this game. The roof was about to blow off after Devon Scott hits another three. Man, what a special night for him on senior night in front of all of his family. A lot of family in town for that young man.
9-point difference here right now, 47-38. I think it's just important to keep scoring and try to add to this deficit. You just take it possession by possession and feed off the momentum. If you can make a big play, the crowd will get into it.
Try to get some stops and score in transition. I mean, you got all the speed and
what do you think of Nickens' debut so far? I mean, do you feel like
he's trying to knock some rust off?
Yeah, he's getting comfortable. I mean, we've seen him make some plays. He's drawn some fouls. I think, once he gets going,
it's only a matter of time.
It's going to be really deadly. It's going to be a problem for other teams. And I'm not saying he's holding back, but he's a little bit more tentative than I've
probably
seen.
Some nerves in this first game back
I wouldn't
home.
say nerves. He's played in so many big games in his career. I just think he's just trying to get reacclimated, and it takes a second. And that's why they wanted to get him going tonight. Here's Jaden Williams on the inbound pass. He's going to get fouled on his way closer to the rim. And that's a foul on the floor. Jaden Nickens will inbound it from the base or from the sideline here.
Carl-Sean Young back in the game for Grind Prep. After getting that tech, he had to sit for a little bit, and he's going to try to make a comeback for his team. Here's Jay Will.
Now the right side, great screen by Snoop Ransom. He hands it off to Jaden Nickens, spins again, fires in the corner to Tyler Williams. Tyler needs help, gets it to Jaden Will. Jaden Williams is going to step closer to the free throw line. Now he's going to back up and start a different play. Great ball skills.
Yeah,
just shaking and baking, crossing over left and right. Now hands off to his teammate Devon Scott-Jones is doing the same thing. Back to Jaden Williams. Now to Devon. Devon fakes right, goes left. Alley-oop dunk! DeShaun Snoop Ransom.
He's so angry at the rim tonight. Snoop, what a big second half.
Well, we've talked to him, and he said, hey, I'm going to dunk in every game.
I'm
going to dunk every game from here on out. And dunk he did.
I mean, goodness gracious. Multiple dunks in the second half of basketball. But now we got a foul on Douglas, and it's Carl-Sean Young going to the free throw line for Grind Prep.
Well, we're not surprised. Again, that's
9-point game.
Some players just have the knack to draw the whistle, right? And he's an athletic basketball player. He can create his own shot. He's got a 3-point shot, shoots free throws with ease. Carl-Sean Young is a really good player. There's no question about it. He's got to keep his temper in check. Here's Jaden Williams, goes to Devon Scott-Jones on the right side, right at the free throw line, kicks it back to Jay Will.
Yeah, they're just going to take their time. 2:34 left in the game.
Ooh, almost a reaching foul on Payne.
You
Great
reach,
ball
I teach.
handling.
You
Great.
reach, I
Look at
teach.
this, putting on a clinic. Jaden Williams, the master of fundamentals, and then gets it stolen, and it goes out of bounds, so Douglas will get the ball back.
Christian Payne couldn't keep up with the ball. He got the steal, but just couldn't control the handle, out of bounds, and right back to Douglas.
And for all the kids that are watching the broadcast, that's what hours and hours and hours and hours of time in the gym, practicing your fundamentals, the dribbling. You got to get comfortable with the basketball in your hand. And you see that from Jaden Williams. Here's Tyler Williams off the glass, gets his own rebound, puts up the shot. He gets fouled. Will Paulson will get called for the foul, and Tyler Williams, the senior Douglas forward, will go to the line for the free throws.
That's right. Great court vision by J. Nick to see Williams cutting on that baseline. The back door was open. Then the defense collapses on him and fouls him, and now he's got 2 free throws. Got the Venice Beach, Kobe Eights on his feet. Tap into that Mamba mentality. Can't hit on the first.
Yeah, again, that's the only, and we're splitting hairs. It's like, what's wrong with Douglas? Well, I mean, how can you say that, being back-to-back 4A state champions, going for a third, competing for a third? But, yeah, that's something they need to improve on it right now. They have been out of sync. He knocked down the second one. Grind Prep gets the ball back, almost lost it. Paulson comes up with it. They get it to his teammate. 3-point shot knocked down, Carlos Adamson. Hey, and all of a sudden you look up and it's a 6-point game here.
Yeah, Jaden
Constant. Right, so why don't we calm down with all the ego stroking, because Grind Prep is over here cutting the deficit right in front of us.
Takes a couple shots to get back in it. They were kind of just sticking in there and fighting, and now, like you said, 6-point game. That's a 2-bucket game.
Right.
Props to Grind Prep for just staying at it. They could have put their head down and just folded, but they did not. They've been battling, and now we got a game. We got a close game.
And Douglas has been mindful of the clock, and, a minute ago they were up, I think it was 14, 13 or 14?
Yep.
Something like that, and you start to be mindful of the clock. You want to be a little bit more conservative, but you can't do that right now against a team that is very capable from the perimeter, shooting the 3-point shots and being able to draw fouls. Grind Prep isn't going to go down without a fight.
Yeah, this is not just your ordinary basketball team. This is a prep school that specializes in their sport, and you're seeing it here tonight at Douglas. Grind Prep is a really good basketball team.
On the floor for Douglas is Jaden Nickens, Devon Scott, DeShaun Snoop Ransom, Jaden Williams, and Tyler Williams. So Tyler will inbound the basketball and have to face this full court press. Got to get somebody open. It's Devon. Devon gets it, needs help, fires it to Tyler. Tyler gets fouled on the throw.
Yep, he is fouled on the pass
call it
attempt.
on Kenneth Johnson. So that is foul number. Is that foul number 5?
Yeah, these are big free throws for Tyler Williams. He's really got to lock in and focus, silence the noise around him.
Well, every foul from here on for the rest of the fourth quarter, if the foul was committed by Grind Prep, it will send Douglas to the free throw line. So keep that in mind.
Not smart on Grind Prep's part to foul that far away from the bucket.
Well, desperation is what's set in with their team, and they're trying to do whatever they can to stay there. But takes a 7-point lead. Tyler Williams knocks down the first free throw. Coach Alexander over there talking with Coach Jaden Nickens. Here's Tyler's second free throw. In and out. In and out. Grind Prep down 7. Here's Carlos Adamson with the basketball. He's going to drive to the bucket, puts up the shot, no good. Tyler to Jaden Nickens, and tried to go for the dunk. It was blocked by Christian Payne.
Yeah.
Is that a goaltend?
I don't know what they called. He was blocked from behind by Christian Payne, the trailer. And a lot of words being yelled down there on the court. Looks like it's going to go to, I don't know, who's getting the basketball.
Yeah, it looks like it's Douglas. I mean, Jaden Nickens is right there under the goal.
Okay, it's going to stay with the Trojans.
So he'll inbound from the baseline. And he's calling out a play. They're trying to discuss. Okay, so now it's going to be Jaden Williams that will throw in the inbounds pass. And so they're going to execute the play. They've got 5 seconds to do it. Find Snoop Ransom right there on the corner. He swings. Tyler Williams hands off to Jaden Williams. Quick foul on Will Paulson of Grind Prep. So that's going to put Douglas at the free throw line.
Yep, and they are going to try to put Tyler Williams at the stripe every chance they get. Minute 30 left. Big free throws for the senior, Tyler Williams.
Lil Q says, good shot, Tyler. And Tavion Eggert says, Darren and Jaden Nickens, they'll be the best duo in Kansas basketball in the program. I'm ready for the Kansas football, Jay Nickens. You'll be good. And we are for them.
Tyler Williams.
So he's rooting for Jaden Nickens. First free throw here at this right now, but he's hit several tonight. Knocked it down there. 52-44, Grind Prep at the basketball. They're down. They need buckets, and they need it now. Minute 25 left in the game. Be able to make a move. Jaden Constant with the basketball. Spins, penetrates, puts up the shot, gets fouled. They're going to call a foul on Devon Scott.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Devon Scott doesn't like it, and I completely understand. So now it's Jaden Constant. He's a little banged up. I think he twisted his ankle or his leg. Lower extremity injury for sure, but he's going to stay in the game and attempt these 2 free throws.
Yeah, tough young man. I mean, I was talking with Coach Warrior about his team, and he mentioned him. He mentioned Carlos Adamson, and a lot of these guys going to be playing at the next level. Missed the free throw.
Got some subs in the game, probably coming in the game to foul because there's no shot clock in Oklahoma high school basketball. So when Douglas gets it back, they can run off all the time, but I would assume Grind is going to make them earn it at the free throw line.
Yeah, 8-point lead right now with Douglas, but Grind Prep can cut it to 7, and they do not. So Snoop Ransom with the rebound. Jaden Williams will bring it up. Goes left to Jaden Nickens. Nickens cross court to Tyler Williams. Hands off to Jaden Nickens right there by the sideline, and they trapped him and fouled him. So Jaden Williams will go to the free throw line, and that's not somebody you really want at the free throw. Or I'm sorry, you want at the free throw line if you're Grind Prep, because Jaden Williams is a certified Eastside Splash brother.
It's part of that core group.
And is a great shooter and has had a great career here at Douglas High School.
He sure has. I mean, he's a special talent, comes from a great family. His parents always talk to us.
Well, his mom and dad always talking through the live stream with the comments and everything, and they're here at the game, as you saw at the senior day introductions.
First free throw for Jay Will is good. Makes it 33-44.
DeAndre Foster said, grew up watching Coach Warrior play AAU basketball with my brother. One of my favorite hoopers, well-coached team, Coach Warrior.
Misses the second. Here's Carl-Sean Young.
Great dribbling there behind the back pass and loses it. Devon Scott Jones says, give me that basketball.
Say, give me them cookies.
Jaden Nickens drives baseline, gets through it, and he gets the shooter's roll. Jaden Nickens with the bucket. Here's Adamson. Goes inside now, outside to Carl-Sean Young. Gets it back to Adamson for 3. He knocks it down. Huge bucket for Grind Prep. A time is not on their side, but that was a very important play.
Yep, that was Carl-Sean Young getting all the defenders to come over on him, and that left Carlos Adamson wide open at the top of the key. He knocks it down to make it 55-47.
Yeah,
Douglas still up. Looks like they have a great chance to close this out and defend their home court like they normally do.
Yeah, they're in a really good position. And we're not far away from the official end of the regular season, Dylan.
Man,
Can you
it feels
believe
weird. It flew by just so quick. After Christmas is over, everything flies by.
Right. And the Douglas boys team and the Douglas girls team, their next game will be a week from today at 6 o'clock, Saturday, February 22nd. Where both the Douglas Trojans and the Douglas Trojettes will take on Harding Charter. First round of districts. And they fire it long full court to Jaden Nickens, who drives baseline. They're going to call a quick foul on Carl Sheon Young there. And seeing a mass exodus of people here with about 33 seconds left. Can we all wait?
Well, they're trying to get out of here because it was snowing on the way to the game.
Oh, that's
so
right.
I assume people are trying to get out of here with this weather going on in OKC.
Yeah, it's supposed to be pretty chilly next week. Hopefully it's all over with by Saturday. Again, 1 week from today, but Jaden Nickens misses the free throw. Got to improve that.
Yep,
got
the
to
whole
improve that
team
once
really
you get
got to
deep
focus
into the postseason.
Second free throw is good for J-Nick, 9-point game.
Here's
30
Adamson
seconds
again.
left.
He's a man possessed, pulls up mid-range, no good. Fight for the rebound, offensive rebound, put back is good. 22 seconds left, 56-49. And they're going to.
Close to a 5-second call.
Well, they're going to foul Devon Scott-Jones. He'll go to the free throw line. Another bad choice, but I don't think that they.
Well, they don't have many choices.
Yeah, they don't have many choices at all
in the game.
Yeah, yep.
So, what a fun game.
Yeah,
Great
it's been a fun
atmosphere.
game. You know, it's been great to kind of look back on this senior class here at Senior Day, and you know, take a look at their accomplishments. We've seen some really good moments. Devon Scott-Jones lit it up with his shooting ability. We saw.
Can I give you a spoiler since you just mentioned it? Devon Scott-Jones is my player of the game tonight.
Oh, wow. Well,
I'm saying it right now because he had that great of a game.
Wow.
He
really?
deserves it. He played that good.
What about Snoop Ransom with the dunks?
Yeah, I mean, he lit it up in the second half. I talked about it at halftime. I said he's one of the guys that has to step up in the second half, and he did just that.
You know, I think Jaden Williams has played a really good game today, and he's just put on a clinic on how you play point guard.
He has. He has stepped up with Landry Ballard out for the year. Jay Will steps up at point guard. And I think we just jinxed him.
I was hoping to catch Landry Ballard. I mean, he's been such an integral part of this senior class in this Douglas basketball program, and our hearts go out. Our hearts go out to him. He sustained an injury, and his season is over. But it's more than just basketball. He brings a lot to the table here, even when he's on the court, off the court. It doesn't matter. You're going to fire it to Jay Nickens. You know what's next. Ow!
That was just
Yahtzee!
Nasty. Exclamation point, windmill dunk by Jaden Nickens to close out this game. Douglas wins 58-49 on the east side.
And your regular season is over from here on out, ladies and gentlemen. It's postseason basketball. The quest for 3 state championships begins Saturday, 1 week from today, when the Douglas Trojans and the Douglas Trojettes take on Harding Charter. Girls play at 6. Boys play at 7:30. Buckle up. It's going to be a heck of a ride. Our player of the game is Devon Scott-Jones, who just knocked down some really, really big shots and was feeling it. And the Trojans win again by 9, 58-49. Thank you for tuning in to PPBC for Saturday Night Basketball. We really do appreciate you. We appreciate our cameraman, Taz. We appreciate our producer, Langston. I'm Jay Swick. That's Dylan Tribble. Our sponsors for this broadcast tonight is SSM Health at St. Anthony, OCCC, Oklahoma City Community College, and Super Prep. Also sponsoring our Saturday night basketball broadcast, GQ Fashions, Fine Menswear, Love's Student of the Month, and OKC Sports Radio 105.3 FM HD1. Have a great Saturday night and stay warm.
Hey sports fans, get ready to step into the world of championships with Super Prep Live, hosted by Miles Perry, only on OKC Sports Radio 105.3 FM. Dive deep into the lives of high school and college athletes with exclusive interviews and insight that reveals what makes them great. Follow Super Prep across all social networks to never miss a moment. It's Super Prep Live with Miles Perry. Tune in, get inspired, and stay connected. Visit OKCSportsRadio.com.